And with that, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for a very special Tuesday night edition of the Teacup for One Movie Club for Tim Burton month. My name is Matt, and I have My name is Matt, and I have 2 degrees. And tonight's a very special show. Tonight we programmed at the very specific request of like 2 of our favorite friends of the Teacup, Alex and Jeanette, who both said when I mentioned I was doing Tim Burton month, they both independently of each other messaged me and said, "Oh, can we please do Mars Attacks?" And I didn't realize that was a movie that anybody liked or had seen. Well, I knew lots of people had seen it. I hadn't, but it's a cult movie. People are gonna try to explain to me why tonight, so I'm very excited for that. Let's see who we have in the chat. Here we go. It's my cat Eliza. Hello, Eliza. Many meows to you. My other cat Sabrina. Hello. Today is Tuesday. Eliza and I watch Bachelor in Paradise on Tuesday night. Oh, well, Sabrina, thank you for watching us instead of Bachelor in Paradise. Bob Hunt is here. You come in peace. Ack to you. Speaking of ack, Bitchin' Boutique is here. Ack indeed. I feel like that's another fan of this movie. I think there are so many like underground fans of Mars Attacks, so I have discovered just by mentioning that I was doing this movie tonight on my Instagram story. Like one of my friends reached out to me and said, "Oh, I love this movie," and my wife is terrified of this movie. Like everyone seems to love this movie. Okay, that's a stretch. A lot of people that I wouldn't expect seem to have seen and loved this movie, so it'll be a fun discussion tonight. Martha is here. Greetings. Always a pleasure. So that said, let's bring in our first guest for this evening. It's Jeanette. Ack. I can't wait for you to convince me that this is a good movie, and I'm sure you will.
I will certainly try or die trying because I am convinced. I'm shocked that you didn't already like it, to be honest.
Well, I hadn't seen it before this. I saw it in passing. Like I had seen clips because someone in my grade 10 or 11 media arts class was doing a Tim Burton project. So she was watching it. I saw flashes of different scenes and thought that looks intriguing, but not enough for me to make the effort to get the DVD and watch it because that's all the options we had at the time. Yeah, it's a movie.
I feel like it's timely considering the movie we just recently did for Tim Burton month, and we'll get into why. But yeah.
No, it was fascinating to see this the week after diving into the world of Ed Wood.
Right.
And after that discussion about what makes a good movie, and then Mars Attack shows up in front of my face. So, there it is. Yeah. So, Lisa, favorite alien? Or, no, you're not Lisa. You're Jeanette. Jeanette, favorite alien?
Oh gosh, my favorite alien.
Yeah.
Oh, put me on the spot. Why don't you? I mean, everybody loves a good Alf, right? But I don't think maybe that's not my favorite. But that's the first one that came to mind. Was Alf.
Alf, classic. How can you not? And one of the only sitcoms that has a cat, even though he wanted to eat it. I was
going to say, even though that cat was eternally in danger, but yes.
But he never actually ate the cat, and I respected that.
Yeah.
So exactly. Yes, brilliant. Let's bring in our next guest for this evening. It's Lisa, everybody.
Hello.
Ack to you as well. Welcome, Lisa. Oh my gosh, we got a triple act. Fantastic. Lisa, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us for the stream. Like I remember last week, we just mentioned that we were doing it. And then you said, I want to join. I was like, yes, please. Please do.
Like so curious because I had never seen it.
Neither had I.
Like strangely, it was on an airplane I was recently on for free. I didn't end up watching it, but I wish I did.
It's a good airplane movie.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to hear your thoughts as another fresh pair of eyes to this movie. Favorite alien, please.
Would Data count as an alien
Star Trek? Absolutely.
If he's an alien, no, he's not. Come on.
Robot.
Alex doesn't think so.
He's a cyborg or a humanoid.
Oh, he's a cyborg?
He's many things, but not an alien.
Oh,
fine. Who is that guy who's like...
Worf would be an alien.
Worf is cool in the first Star Trek with Captain Picard, Next Generation. There's that weird one who kind of looks like Lord Farquaad.
I like this logic though.
Oh, yes. I think it's not John Lithgow, but it's somebody who looks like him. I know who you're talking about. He's like a kindly old man sort. Yes.
No, I don't know. I'm
No?
not sure. Vincent would know. Who's that guy that I keep saying looks like a drag queen? Like he would be an amazing drag queen. He'll answer. Anyway, that anybody in Star Trek who's an alien. Yeah.
I've never seen any Star Trek. I know.
You should.
That's terrible.
I need to. I know it is.
Oh my goodness.
I
I
want
used to be
to.
like you, Matt. I used to be like you.
Yeah, I just
You
like I feel there's just so much vast Star Trekness. It's like what years ago when I made the decision to start watching Doctor Who, like that was a big decision. And just knowing how many doctors there were and how far back I'd have to go, then realizing that there are episodes that just don't exist anymore. And that's kind of how I feel with Star Trek. Like there's just so much. Do I go for the Spock era or the Patrick Stewart era? Whoopi Goldberg. Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, I would say always.
Yeah, I mean, it's the original is fine. It's just you got Whoopi in Next Generation, got Patrick Stewart, you got Beverly Crusher. Like, come on. Anyway, yes. Vince just said,
"Is it Q?"
It's Q.
Oh, so that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Although Q, yeah, I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, for some reason, because I am also watching Star Trek in tandem with Drag Race, I just feel like Q has
That's fabulous, and I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
that's what a double bill. Well, this makes me want to watch Star Trek now, and I guess I'll just dive straight into Next Generation. If I don't, although there's no Spock in Next Generation, I like the pointy ears. Yeah. So, well, all of it. Alex, welcome. I brought you in early because you were just shaking your head so in time, and I was like, "There's an opinion
glad
that
I had
needs to be
support
shared."
there.
Yeah. So yes, welcome, Alex, another fan of Mars Attacks, and we'll hear why momentarily. But yes, please grace us with the same answer to the question: favorite alien, please.
Well, so many to pick from, and you know how I hate picking favorites, but I'll have to go with the Predator from the Predator series of films and the Alien vs. Predator series of films and all that jazz. Yeah, badass,
nice,
apex hunter.
Predator is another alien thing that I've never seen. I'm so evidently behind on my alien culture.
Yeah.
I know. I have seen Alien, and I've seen the first few minutes of Aliens.
I was gonna say I'll rephrase right now and correct myself because it's the Xenomorph, obviously for me. Yeah, Alf popped into my head just because I was thinking of kind aliens, but yeah.
Oh yeah, she's a literal queen. How can you not love her?
Okay, but like now I'm thinking about like Marvel aliens.
Yeah. There's aliens in so many.
Marvel, we got Venom.
The Spider-Man parasite.
DC, we got Superman.
Yeah, pretty much everyone in Star Wars is an alien to us because none of them are from Earth. So even Luke Skywalker, alien. Han Solo,
I
alien.
think we need to come back to this question by the end.
Yeah, technicalities.
Okay. Yeah. No, at the end of the discussion, we'll regroup and say who's everyone's favorite alien. Fantastic. Interesting that nobody said the Martians in this movie.
No.
I mean, they're great. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
The brains were just so big,
fantastic.
And when they weren't in their space helmets, I was just thinking like, how are the brains not melting? Because brains need to be contained in something, but they're aliens, I know. But still, like brains are basically liquid, from what I understand, and it's a fact that makes me uncomfortable. But because it makes me so uncomfortable, I can't not think about it actively when I see exposed brains on aliens. So this movie. It's a movie. So nostalgic value, please, for you, Jeanette, if you can recall the first time you saw this film. And
Of course. So like many of these films, it was my dad that I watched it with, and we went to the theater to see this one.
Nice.
So I distinctly remember going to the theater with him and him having a huge hoot. My dad is one of those people that when he laughs, the entire theater knows exactly who is laughing. So my dad and his very boisterous laugh, really set the tone for me for this movie. So I've always loved it. And we had it on VHS, and then we had it on DVD, and we watch it every time it's on TV. This was one of those movies I don't think I knew till much later in life was a Tim Burton movie. And I had kind of forgotten that it was a Tim Burton movie until we started this. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, it is. So it's kind of one of those things that redawns on me every so often that it's actually a Tim Burton movie. So
that's something I've found with all the Burton movies we've watched recently is I have such an idea in my head of what Tim Burton movies look like, and none of them have looked like that. Like his movies have looked more normal than
Yeah,
in
I
my
feel
mind I
we
would
kicked it
expect
off
them
with a
to.
real Burton, which was
Oh, that's true. Beetlejuice. Yes.
Beetlejuice. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Ed Wood didn't exactly have, an overwhelming Burton-esqueness to it. But yeah, this one doesn't either. But of course, it's Danny Elfman and it's Burton, and it's, everything's there if you see the bits and pieces. So
Absolutely. Alex, for you.
Yeah, I don't recall any particular details. What I recall is I was young, so I know I watched this movie um sometime like between 8 and 12 years old. And it was something that we had access to, but I don't believe we have the DVD anymore. So I don't know if my parents had it on DVD or if they like ripped it or how it happened, but or if we had the VHS at one point. But anyway, long story short, we had it at home. I watched it at home multiple times. It was a movie that, yeah, growing up, like every few years, my parents would put on, and we would all like laugh and hoot and holler at it. I Yeah, I don't recall ever being like creeped out or scared of the aliens, even though like paying attention to them now, they're like I feel like there's a lot of reasons why a person should be creeped out by the aliens, by the Ack, the Martians. Like the fact that their faces are skulls basically, and like they're bulging eyes with no lids, and they're like chompers that are, and they're
Exposed
wiggly.
brains that
Yeah,
stay in one piece without housing.
they're wiggly ears. Um, anyway, but I think it's probably a testament to this movie and the style, the stylistic integrity of this film that we do not find the Martians from Mars Attacks creepy, and in fact, we just find them either like interesting, we find them expressive, we find them sinister, but funny and maybe even cute. Probably not cute, but who knows? Yeah. So anyway, no, I just remember always really enjoying it, having a good fun time with the movie, and it has been like until recently, until rewatching it recently, it was probably like a good decade since I
Oh
had seen the
my.
film.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I want to hear how it holds up, but we'll get to that. Lisa, as a first-time viewer, what was your first impression of this movie?
I loved it.
Yes.
I loved it so much.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. But what I will say is when I first started watching it, as the credits were rolling, I was like gasping by like how many people were in it.
Yeah.
And so like my first feelings were, oh my God, this is a stacked movie. And we can discuss why we all love it except you.
I don't know. I don't want to be harsh and say I don't like it, because I don't like it. I'm still processing it. I don't know what I was expecting from it. Like
Yeah.
it was so much, and yet at the same time it was absolutely nothing. But
Ooh.
I know I said what I said. I know.
Strong
I don't
judgment.
like. I rewatched it last night and a little bit today,
Good.
and I have a reborn appreciation for it. I think since I knew what to expect going in, and I could definitely feel that it is a movie that has a lot of rewatchability. I think as a first-time viewer, I was expecting more story than I was given, and expecting it to be a different movie potentially from what it was. But now, like, knowing what it is, I can see it growing on me. I can also see myself rewatching this movie. I think just the initial viewing, it was like I was just constantly in a state of, why aren't they learning? The aliens are just going to keep killing all of you. And it was just so much of like Sisyphus rolling the rock up the hill, and then it rolling back down is like, learn your lesson, people. The aliens are going to keep killing you, even though they say they're coming in peace. And like, for it to be really biting satire, I think I would have had to dislike the characters a lot more. But for me to have a connection to them, I think I would have had to like them more. And there were no characters I really hated and no characters I super loved. So I think that for me is where it just falls into place of like, I don't know what to make of this movie because I love ensemble pieces. And yeah, the cast in this is incredible. And I also like love a good mindless disaster movie, like the last hour of Titanic. Fantastic. Poseidon Adventure. Yeah. Get to the bottom / top of that boat. And this, yeah, it had some good disaster elements. I think the qualities I normally like from that type of destructive film is that there wasn't the like ticking clock of, we know how much time there is before everything goes kablooey, but maybe it just needs a lot of viewings or needs to be seen in a big group of people who are all laughing and then making me laugh as well, potentially. And yeah, so that's my opening statement. That's my opening statement. I'm still warming into it.
You extracted a lot of feelings from a movie that is that's a campy spoof. So
Yes.
I think that it achieved something.
I guess it did. It is. It's such a campy spoof. I think that's what just throws me so much is that it's almost 2 hours of little to no substance, but it's really cool to look at. First off, like I love the visuals of it. I do think it's funny, like just with how ridiculous it is. Like the sheer chaos of the first Martian attack, and just that gets more and more ridiculous, like with the Sarah Jessica Parker dog. Like everything to do with that is just so wacky that it's growing on me. So yeah, how do we feel it holds up for those who have seen it? Let's hear from Alex first, since you mentioned it had been almost a decade since you had last seen it. Better, the same?
So I would say there's a part of my appreciation of this movie, specifically the way I engaged with it, where like it's nostalgic. So ultimately, like there's an element of chasing the dragon with this film, where like I remember it being so like impactful during my formative years, and like quoting it, you know, the iconic and timeless ack. Like I remember, yeah, this movie influencing me a lot in my youth, and so, you know, when I rewatched it, and I also rewatched it twice with you, and then by myself, I loved it, but yeah, there was that like it didn't quite hit the way it did when I was, you know, 10. And maybe, and just in the sense of, I think, and maybe it's just that simple, that phenomenon of like, man, I remember this like being a classic from my childhood, and now rewatching it, it's just not quite as all encompassing, mind blowing, but nothing is after you've, you know, experienced it initially or whatever. So typically anyway. So yeah.
No, I definitely got the feeling watching it, almost like a sadness of, oh, I wish I had watched this when it came out, like when I was 10. Because I think as a kid, especially like if I had gotten to see this in theaters, well, it would have terrified me. Like because everything terrified me when I was, how old was I when this came out? 9 or 10. But if I was in a mental place where I could stand seeing scary aliens in a dark movie theater as a child and could appreciate the humor, I do think it would have a lot of nostalgic value for me now. So absolutely, yeah, I fully get that. Jeanette, how about you? Since you are the 9-year-old who saw it in the theater.
I am.
Is nostalgia part of it?
Nostalgia is a huge part of it. I think nostalgia carries me through any potential pitfalls in the CGI that didn't hold up, and that's really the only place I needed to be carried through. Other than that, it held up fine for me. But I have been watching it pretty consistently. Like it's maybe been a couple of years since I've seen it. I've definitely seen bits and pieces of it pretty frequently. So it holds up really well for me. I always like seeing this era, and like we were mentioning the campiness, and like now, you know, hindsight's 2020 and everything, looking at this era of Burton's career, this very kind of brief period between 94 to like 97, I feel like that's what we get a bit of, like Ed Wood was, and this is like we get that kind of campy, spoofy nature And that was nice to kind of pull that from it this time, to just have a little bit more hindsight and to have a point that I'm looking at. Like, I'm looking at this because of the director. And again, like the fact that it's Burton, I don't think had ever really crossed my mind when I'd watched it before. And now that was playing a role. So for me, it held up really well. And I even took new things away, which I cannot say is something I'd done on rewatches before. There's not much more to like derive from this movie than what it has to offer. So
Yes. Sarah Jessica Parker's hat on a dog.
yeah, well, I gotta say, being not the largest Sarah Jessica Parker fan, that was that was pretty like gratifying watching that this time as an adult. So.
I think it's so funny how she grasps walking with the dog body so quickly. Yeah, I'm so thoroughly impressed with her character, and in that respect, and yeah, and actually, as much as like some of the CGI doesn't hold up, I actually enjoy that because of how campy this movie is. Exactly.
I was like, it kind of helps it a little bit. I'm like, it's kind of cool. So.
Yeah, like it definitely feels like an Ed Wood movie.
I was those saucers
better made, but yes.
Yeah, the fact that we had just watched it. Oh, and I did watch Plan 9 from Outer Space the other day. Like I turned it on and I was like, oh my God, I forgot that you can legit see the strings in this movie.
You can see
so
I need to
you can see all the strings in Plan 9. It's really
incredible. Fun. Lisa, how do you feel it's held up? Like as a new pair of eyes to a movie that's now however old it is, like 20-ish years old.
Yeah, I mean, I was afraid that like, 96, the technology, how the aliens would look, how all the special effects would look. But I don't know, maybe it's just like the current state I was in watching it, but like I loved it. Like I loved how the aliens looked. I liked how they were designed. They were cute in a creepy kind of way to me. And the only qualm I had was the skeletons. So you know how like the aliens shot at the humans and then some would become like red and then some would become green. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the deal
I think it had to do with the gun that was killing them.
Maybe?
Or the alien.
There's two different guns.
Oh, there's two different guns. Well, I mean, I kind of guessed that, but anyway, I mean, besides the whole, human flesh melting, dissolving, all the other effects really held up for me. I loved the whole flying saucer sequences, very much like, puppet-like and, little sets that I really like seeing in movies, and it held up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised that I liked it so much. So I'm gonna process that through this.
Well, I can see. I'm surprised I didn't like it. I do think it is growing on me. The more I'm reflecting back on it, the more I think maybe I did like it, just not in the moment. It's kind of like how I feel. I said the other day to somebody how Seinfeld is funnier when people are describing it to me than it is when I'm actively watching it. Oh, that was to Alex. There we go. Yeah. And so that's kind of the vibe I get with this movie, is that the more I think back on it, I'm like, even now, there are parts that are hilarious, but I think they were just they put me in such a WTF state of mind whilst watching that was all I could think of. So that said, what's everyone's favorite moment in the movie, whether it be for the walls, for the cinematography, for the performance, your one most rewatchable moment and or favorite?
Lisa looks like she knows. Or are you grasping?
No, because I was like,
you look so excited.
One, and now I have like so many.
There's so many. So I'll say I have two distinct ones that always stand out in my mind. So the moment of the greeting, of them coming out and talking and the dove flying over, the dove getting shot moment is like kind of sets the tone for the whole movie, I think. And so that's one of my ones. And then my other one is when they first discover the music and they're driving around with the music. That yodeling music is just kind of hilarious on its own. And then the absurdity of it all. I just really, and that grandmother character that's in Beetlejuice too.
Juno.
Oh my God. She's she's one of those people that can just say anything and it's funny.
Yeah.
So like I really love that. And those are my two favorite moments.
I will say I love about the grandmother character how much agency she has and how smart they made her, especially at the end when she's unfazed. She's like, "Oh, I guess my music kills them."
Yeah. I think it's my
It's like it's not even
music.
treated like a giant light bulb revelation. It's just she figured it out.
Well, she's
Yeah.
like that from the beginning too, though. She has
Oh,
like
yeah.
she has like moments of like lucidity where she's like in the car and she says, I'm not that old when
Yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah,
talking about the train.
probably how you felt, Grandma, when they invented the train.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so she has like she's consistently that way where she's like supposed to be this senile lady and then like just has these moments of like brilliant lucidity or whatever. So.
Yeah, we love Juno. My favorite thing about the specific song that she's listening to, and it's just a personal thing, is that song was featured very heavily in the dinner theater I worked at for years, because it's from a Canadian set musical called Rosemarie, and it's now mocked very heavily when people like imagine Mounties. That's the movie / musical that sort of created the romanticized image of the Mountie, like wooing a girl in a prairie or something. So it's like, when I'm calling you.
Oh, so that's like the Dudley Do-Right song.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's totally the Dudley Do-Right song. So it was so satisfying to me that obnoxious song is what killed the aliens. So loved it. I think my favorite moments were the super subtle kind of satirical moments, like when towards the end when they're trying to escape the White House or something, and it's like, you can't go in this room, there's a tour.
Yeah,
like that to me was laugh out loud funny both times. And also, to not the dove the first time, but the second attack, and Natalie Portman just says, I guess it wasn't the dove. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just well-written moments like that are observational amidst the chaos, I find hilarious. And that's just me. Lisa, have you figured out your one or two or however many favorite moments you want?
Okay, I think I'm the opposite of you, and I love the outrageously weird moments, like Sarah Jessica's head on a dog,
Right?
Like, and that whole interaction with Pierce Brosnan floating head, like, and like how in love they are, even though she was like in a relationship with Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, wild, loved it, so outrageous. And then I would say just Tom Jones.
Oh, yes.
His existence in this movie is perfection.
Yeah.
That last like shot.
That scene, when I was a kid, that scene made me die laughing, and I didn't have a single clue who Tom Jones was when I was 9. And that scene, I was dying laughing, and I had no idea why.
With him and the animals?
Where all the animals come to him?
The falcon or whatever.
His Pocahontas moment, yes.
You don't understand. Like, that brought so much joy to my day today. Like, I was having a crap day, and I saw that last shot, and I was like, everything's gonna be fine, because Tom Jones literally can do no wrong. So yeah, just like those outrageous moments. I just love how outrageous the entire movie is, and like, but it also being like this silly commentary on all these like stereotypes of humans, like Annette Bening. Come on, what a brilliant actress, and like. Yeah, anyway, just all the outrageous moments of the
can I say too, you know how there's like, you know, you hear certain songs, and even though they've been around for ages, there's like certain movies that they'll make you think of. And I think I've said this before, there's like really ridiculous ones for me, like Freebird. I think of Devil's Rejects, which is like, why, you know, like, just that's smart, made it smart. When I hear It's Not Unusual, my whole life I've thought of this movie. Like, it does not, I always think of this movie.
It's changed for me. I think of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I think of The Simpsons.
With Carlton, you know, doing the little Carlton dance.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be Forever Martin. So thank you.
Alex, favorite moments or moment? You can pick out however many you want.
Yeah, no, I definitely am with Jeanette in terms of like that dove scene is so iconic. It's so like so perfectly representative of the movie. But to to pick something else, I'll say the like Lisa Marie's whole bit, like her character, like her gliding through the fucking White House.
Did you swear on my show?
I did. Gliding through the White House, and biting off Martin Short's finger, and like that whole sequence. Like him trying to seduce her and her just like giving this like, creepy, like staring ahead and chewing her gum. That's something that stuck with me all these years. So
it was so funny seeing this literally right after Ed Wood and paralleling her character in this to her character in Ed Wood. Because I mean, I haven't seen Plan 9, but it seems like her character in this is very similar to Vampira's role in Plan 9 from Outer Space, just like not saying anything and walking with a very distinct physicality in a straight line. It's like, this is
good on her for that walk, though, man. That walk is ridiculously iconic of this film. And I don't know what they did, if it was CGI or something on her feet to make her glide. But I don't know if she learned that walk with the gliding, or if she just come up with that, or if Burton came up with that. I don't know. But it works so well. And just Martin Short's character, I never am inclined to think Martin Short is a sleaze, and he did such a good job. Like, I will never think he's a bad person, but he did a really good job in this movie.
Like, he's such I've been watching Only Murders in the Building, and he's like such like a silly grandfather type, and it was just so hilarious to see him being a pervert and like oh, it was like so
he always plays the sweet guy in things, and so like I kind of forgot how much of a sleaze he was in this movie, and I was like,
see, even in modern like shows Martin Short's done, like in Arrested Development, if you guys have seen that series, he was that whatever paraplegic or whatever, and he was kind of a jerk in that. And then if you guys have watched Morning Show, the Apple TV series,
no, I haven't seen it.
So I highly recommend it if you like good quality television acting, but it is like it's a serious sort of series / subject matter, but he's totally a pervinette. So point is that like anyway, but yeah, like it's very apropos. Like to me, I actually am used to seeing Martin Short like this.
Yeah.
So.
See, I'm used to like the Interstellar Martin Short, or not Interstellar, Interspace.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh my gosh! Wait, with Dennis Quaid?
Yes.
Oh, is he in that? Oh, is he the other guy in that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I very vaguely remember that movie. And is it Meg Ryan?
Oh no, that he was married. Dennis Quaid was married to her. Maybe she is in it. I don't know. I don't like her either.
What?
Wow.
How can you not like Meg Ryan? She's America's sweetheart.
How are we going to get through a
Julia Roberts is America's sweetheart. She can take a seat.
Oh my gosh. Can't wait to one day we're gonna watch You've Got Mail. It'll change your mind. I love You've Got Mail.
I've seen that movie more times than I need to see it.
Well, no, you need to see it more. I've seen that movie. That might be the movie I've seen the most in my entire life. It's not it's not like my favorite, but my cat used to love it. So I had to watch it every night when I went to sleep, or else she would meow a lot until like midnight, unless that movie was on. So yeah, I love You've Got Mail. And Meg Ryan. They're stars across the board.
Martin Short, love affair, side note. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Martin Short. Well, I mean, good segue. I wanted to ask about favorite performance in this movie. Next, if there's any specific actor or character or both, if you want to separate one from another. Yeah.
I'll say, so I think Jack Nicholson is probably my pick. Closely followed by someone who didn't have much screen time, but now, like at the time, I don't think I knew who they were. I know I didn't know who they were. But then while following their career and now looking back at their acting in the role, Jack Black as the brother, you never really see him do that sort of thing ever again. He's kind of just Jack Black forever and always after that. Yeah. So to see him actually affect an accent and like try to do something other than just be him was kind of cool, because I don't really think any other time that I've rewatched it that I've even thought about the fact that it was Jack Black. And this time I was like, Jack Black, who is he in this? And I turned it on and I'm like, holy smokes, that is Jack Black. And then I was actually sad because I forgot how early he died. I was like, oh no. So yeah, I was like, and that is one of my favorite death scenes too, is him, because it's just kind of like so shocking, and it's one of the first ones you're like,
does he just die by gun at the Welcome
Yeah.
to Earth
Yeah,
ceremony?
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
it's
I would
very
say
funny.
Jack Nicholson and both the Jacks, because they just Jack Nicholson as a president. Why couldn't we have had him as president in more movies?
Oh my gosh.
He's
He's
so
just,
good.
I think he's the perfect president for this movie. Well, I guess maybe in like a straight drama as well, but I feel like watching him
He's
just
kind
to
of a
me feels like
ridiculous-
watching
yeah.
every president for the most part, minus like 2 of them. But he feels like every president that's not Trump and Obama in my mind.
Because he's not a horrible person,
Mhm.
but he's also easily led. But then like he does resist the whole like nuclear thing for so long.
Yeah.
So like you really don't know. You're like, well, you're not an idiot. You're not a pushover, but you're also you're always asking everyone else. You're not making any decisions on your own necessarily. Like, so I don't know what it was about his performance, because he was just being Jack Nicholson kind of, but
Yeah.
it worked so well.
I think one of my other favorite moments, again, because I think the subtle things in this movie are what spoke to me, is when he's giving his speech and then his hands just start getting more and more ridiculous. I don't know why. I found that like the gradual progression of that from just like a minor twitch to being so uncomfortable, I found hilarious and so well acted, and the timing was impeccable. And yeah, good job, Jack.
Yeah.
Good job, Jack. Yes. How about you, Lisa?
Oh my God, that last scene with Jack Black, like just jumping over the tanks, running, phenomenal. Yes, Jack Black, but also Pam Grier. Excuse me, the legend herself.
Which one was Pam Grier?
She was the mom.
Oh, yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that scene where like she's like, doing her job, riding the bus, and then she sees her kids and like she just like sears up in public. I'm like secondhand embarrassment for those children. But like loved her journey, loved her emotional arc. I loved how cheesy it was when like her husband in Las Vegas got injured after like fighting, and she like it cuts to her and it's like something bad happened to him. It's like,
Yeah, right?
like Pam Grier. And yeah, so Pam Grier and also Christina Applegate. I wish there was more of her too, because she's an icon as well.
Who was she?
Yeah. She was Jack Black's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Really?
She dies pretty early as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's so many people in this
Yeah.
movie. Oh my gosh.
She doesn't
I
die
know,
that
right?
early. She died because she's in the trailer, isn't she?
Oh, that's true. We just don't see much of her
Yeah, we
from the
don't see her.
beginning.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she's in bed with somebody
Trailer.
else, and then they die.
Yeah. Her screen time dies early.
Yeah.
Yes. Well said. Well said. And Alex, how about you?
Well, I mean, I already mentioned Lisa Marie. I think that's pretty cool. But I thought I really like Pierce Brosnan in this movie. I think again, he's somebody who, in my experience, doesn't play a lot of like those types of roles. He's not really the scientist, smart
He
intellect.
also doesn't do a lot of like comedy or spoofy things.
Yeah, not a lot. Yeah,
Pretty-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was, I thought he did a good job there. And I would do an honorable mention to Jack Black's parents in the movie. I thought they did it. Like, I thought their scenes, like they, like, if you want to say it, like, I thought they stole like the scenes that they were in. Like, speaking of Jack Black's death, like great death sequence. And then immediately after you cuts to the parents and the father going like, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Trying to like change the TV channel. So like, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. And which I thought was, top.
The mom, one of the best lines in the whole movie. I love when they're coming and she's loading the gun. She goes, I'll tell you one thing, they're not getting the TV.
Yeah.
Like, I had forgot that was in there. I was freaking dying laughing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hilarity. Who's
I
my
love
answer?
simple one-liners like that. Like
Yeah.
that literally serve no purpose in the story except to make us laugh. And if you like even are not listening for a second, you'll miss it. So I feel like all of that really lends itself and throws in the pot to why all of this is funny.
I feel it is definitely a movie you could watch in pieces. As if you just know that it's a movie about an alien invasion,
Yeah.
just take like any 10 minutes out of context, watch it, and I feel like there's something there that you can appreciate because just of the nature of the film, with just how short a lot of these interactions are. Like the Lisa Marie appearance is like a mini film unto itself, just her whole interaction with Martin Short's character. And yeah. Who's my answer? Okay, not my favorite performance, but I think just one that deserves recognition and love is Glenn Close as First Lady, because I just feel she understood the assignment 100% of like First Lady in an alien like satire.
Yeah.
And just she's fantastic in everything she does, but kind of like you've said about others, she has done comedies, but it's not like the main thing you think about when you think of Glenn Close. So seeing her to be able to exist in this more heightened world, hilarious.
Well, and what a time for her, because this was around the same time as like 101 Dalmatians was happening too. So I'm just like, this was a time I feel like she was breaking out of those super duper serious roles that she had in the late 80s and early 90s, and kind of moving into the mid and late 90s. She had a little bit more freedom to just have fun.
Yeah. I also wonder if maybe she was trying to just embrace the campiness that was Fatal Attraction. Is that what that movie was called, with the bunny? Yeah. And just like everyone's laughing at this movie anyway. Let me just go for it. Let me just be ridiculous for a little while.
I love when they come on TV and she goes, they're not coming in. She goes, well, if they do, they're not eating off the Van Buren China.
Yeah.
Like, what?
The Roosevelt chandelier. Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And she's like so easily detestable from the beginning. She just turns around and straight up tells her daughter, if you don't stop, I'm gonna have to ignore you.
Yeah. And actually that was the moment that, I mean, she already won me over because she's Glenn Close, but that was what sold me, when she's just like, I'm gonna ignore you, and then they're like, Mrs. President, yes. And just how she turns on a dime.
Cool thing where like she like pushes her assistant away and like she does the pose. And I'm like, perfection.
Like, oh, just give her Oscar already.
That's why this movie does not work without this all-star cast. And I think Burton knew that. He's like, this thing is so ridiculous. If I do not get people who understand like just the smallest subtleties of all of this, it's just not going to read. You have to take it all the way there.
Yeah. And I think, absolutely. I do think that's why the movie works. And I feel if it had a different cast, or if the actors weren't as well cast as they were, that would be the tipping point for me not liking this movie, as opposed to being confused about it. But even thinking about like Pierce Brosnan, like as you said, Jeanette, he's not one to typically do these types of movies, but I also feel like he's not a super gifted comedian. I just think he was cast so well to do the James Bondy thing that he did within the confines of being a scientist,
which was very much happening like right then.
Oh yeah,
he had an image to uphold, you know. Like I remember going to see Bond in the theater either this same year or the next year, and like he's still my favorite Bond. So like I'm just like, he had an image to uphold at a time where like people weren't so kosher with like seeing somebody out of their element of their most well-known character, you know. So in hindsight, to me, that's brave.
I like Bob Hunt's comment here about advanced civilizations are peaceful was a great line.
And he kept harping on it too. Like, no, they're definitely peaceful.
By definition, civilized is not barbaric.
Yeah.
Therefore. And I think that is one of the clever things about this movie, is how much it satirizes different perspectives to, like, I guess not even just aliens, but any major world conflict. Like you have the people who are going to have the very by the book approach to things that have no sense of what reality actually is. And then you have people that just feel like they're invincible and they can punch the aliens or shoot them and they're going to win. And it's a very thought-provoking movie, come to think of it.
It is. That's why I loved it. It was a commentary on humans and like how we interact with chaos.
Like the middle American family or the Southern American family, when they're like, yeah, we got real lucky with whatever Billy Joe or whatever. It's just too bad about this one. I'm like, yeah, you know, and that's a very real sentiment in many households across the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to see one of these movies that's set in Canada. That just
So can I ask you and Alex, as I was watching this, I realized how much the American government and the American military and American cities had to do with this. And like I just said, like American family dynamics. Did anything, I don't want to say not read for you, you're not that far detached, but like, did anything seem like it would have been different had it been set in Canada or in somewhere that was not America? Namely, the military mindset, I think, was what I was kind of focusing in on. But
I would say like the military and the politics side of the movie, it wouldn't read the same in Canada if it was based in Canada, from my perspective.
yeah.
Like Justin Trudeau-esque or like any prime minister would never act the way Jack Nicholson acted. In a way, I don't know. I think
y'all like what are y'all's thoughts?
I
on
want to
that?
see
That was
Justin
something I
Trudeau
wanted
in
to
this
know.
movie.
I
That'd be
feel like
hilarious.
it's like
No.
remember that like scene where he's like the French are calling him and they're like, "Oh, we made a
Yeah.
peace treaty." It's like that would be Canada.
That would be
That would
Yeah.
be them.
Yeah, if like for all his faults,
Yes.
like when the aliens attack, we probably want a Stephen Harper-esque guy in our like prime ministry. If we're gonna, if the solution is to like get the military to blast like their death music, then that's gonna be the quickest course to that outcome. I would wager. But yeah, no, like my thoughts on that like idea, Jeanette, is that like Canadians and like a lot of the world, but Canadians in particular, like where we like all of the content we consume is like primarily American. So like where there's no disconnect. There's like we're used to seeing like all the mainstream movies are set in America. Like the fact that our relation, like our image of our military and our police force and our politicians is different than our image of all those things. That doesn't result in like some like it doesn't cause any strangeness when we're consuming your content. So like if we kind of hypothesize, okay, what if this stuff did take place in Canada? Yeah, we could come up with all kinds of wacky like differences and like things that would make it like things about Mars attacks that wouldn't be believable set in Canada, right? Like that's what Lisa was getting at. But
yeah, no, I think we're just so accustomed to, as Alex said and as Bob Hunt said, we're used to American rah stuff. Yeah, because so much of our content that we consume is American. Like, it's hard to imagine what our Canadian identity is in the context of something like this movie. Like, it's hard for me to imagine a Canadian take on Mars attacks or what was happening in Canada with this, because definitely we are distinct and different from the US, but this was even something that we had to study at York in film school. We had to go through a Canadian film course, and a big question was like, what is the Canadian identity and what differentiates us as we're portrayed in films from American films? And the answer was basically there's not that much, so we don't have much to go off of. But like there definitely are distinctions, I think, between the two cultures. I do feel that it wouldn't be as extreme, but I think the intentions.
I feel like there would still be like, the Canadian satires of like the stereotypes that.
Oh yeah, we have our own stereotypes.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
What are the Canadian, like whatever, not to, and no offense to anybody, but like, and I'm also very like uncultured and uneducated on these things, but like, if I had to pick like the stereotype for the Canadian, like hillbillies, it'd be like Newfoundlanders, right? But like,
or like, people in the prairies, right?
Sure,
Right.
exactly. Yeah,
or
yeah.
like
Alberta
I was
being
even
the
thinking
Texas of
like
Canada.
the Vegas stuff, like what I assume, I don't know.
Oh,
Is
I
that
feel
like the
the
Toronto?
Vegas would be in
area?
Toronto.
No,
Maybe,
I
yeah.
really think like Vegas would be like a casino somewhere in like the
It'll be
deep,
Niagara Falls.
like Niagara.
Yeah, Niagara
Maybe
Falls
Niagara
would be
Falls.
actually closer
Yeah.
to that. Yeah.
And wouldn't that have been a cool scene of them over Niagara Falls?
That would have
Like,
been a cool
that
scene.
would have been a
I
cool
think a
scene.
Mars attacks in Canada, like I think recreating the movie and like and setting it in Canada is actually a very like fun and interesting like premise. And involve the Mounties, involve the
Yeah.
Newfoundlanders,
Mounties.
involve the all that
I
stuff.
kind of forgot how much like they actually bring up. Like I know the president's in it, but then like I was like, wow, there is just a lot of them mentioning that this is happening in America, and then they name all the cities, and I'm like, oh, that's an interesting thing. So
Yeah.
I wanted to pose that.
That like now I'm just imagining the maritime provinces in the Mars Attacks universe.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they invaded Newfoundland, they would be welcomed with open arms. Like if we want to play into the stereotypes, they'd be so friendly.
Yeah.
Like we all saw Come From Away.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I do think that like, this movie, like I'm ready for this to be controversial, but I do think this movie reminded me of a good Don't Look Up.
Oh,
interesting. Okay.
Like in terms of it being an ensemble movie, but like also like humanity dealing with like an external force that is not humans.
Yeah.
And, like having to come together and kind of being wacky. It harkened back to my viewing of Don't Look Up.
Yeah. Well, this is assuming that Don't Look Up wasn't good. Okay, Lisa. So
Wait, Lisa, were you here? Did you discuss Don't Look Up with us? I can't remember.
No, I missed that one.
Because I remember I couldn't find. We didn't have anyone who didn't like it. But I thought
I did not like it.
Maybe we just need to revisit it.
Wait, maybe I did come on and I said I liked it, and it just has grown stale for me. I don't know.
That could be it. But no, I was thinking of Don't Look Up on my second rewatch of this, and I do think there are absolutely parallels. They just go a little bit further with the goofiness.
Yeah, it's also about an hour shorter.
Yes.
Oh thank God. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy with the 145. My goodness.
I think the only difference for me between this and Don't Look Up is that in Don't Look Up, I latched on to Jennifer Lawrence's character as like the one that I cared about. And I didn't really have that in this movie. I think it was supposed to be Natalie Portman or the other guy, the Juno's grandson, but I didn't particularly care about either of those characters.
Or Byron. I think you're supposed to definitely be rooting for Byron.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
The heavyweight champion of the world.
Actually, I guess Byron's family too, but Byron's family just didn't have enough.
I can't believe like Pam Grier didn't resonate with you. My God.
She did. Maybe just that there wasn't enough of her then.
Maybe.
To carry the movie. And actually, one of my favorite moments rewatching the movie this second time, which not funny or anything, but just when the kids pick up the guns when they're on the tour of the White House and then they become the heroes. I could just imagine, like, for a brief moment, I had a flash of if I was 9 years old right now, this would be amazing.
Well, and I love the foreshadowing in the movie, right? They're sitting at their house playing the little game. Oh. And like I like that. While we're maybe you're gonna ask this, but since there are so many like distinctly different characters that are supposed to be stereotypes or caricatures, you know, and mentioning that you didn't necessarily find one to identify with, did everybody have a character that they maybe identified with? And I'll start and say that mine was Annette Bening. So, because I would definitely be that, they're definitely coming in peace. Oh, welcome. And then I'd be like, holy crud. Oh my God. And then I would definitely go get a drink. That would be me. So
Jeanette, I want to be Tom Jones, but I know I am not.
Quote that. That's the head quote of the show.
I want to
be Tom Jones. No, I'm definitely Annette Bening too. Like bringing my crystals to the crowd and like meditating and like if they're coming in peace, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Annette Bening was the one that I kept gravitating towards.
Don't we all?
It's so iconic, everyone. Oh my God. Oh.
Alex, who'd you identify with the most with in this movie?
I don't know. I didn't identify with anybody in the movie. Like as a matter of fact. But if I had to pick,
is there anyone you admired about?
Yes,
like, in
the Martians.
The Martians. Okay.
Yes, the supreme leader of the Ak Martians. They're, yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty funny to shoot the
He
dove.
had a
and
pretty
then
good
everybody
sense
else,
of humor. Yeah.
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 I guess
really liked the aliens, you know, honestly.
Yeah.
I kind of did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they have something, you know. There's
You know
something.
what? They know what they want and they go for it.
Yeah, you know. Maybe we'll
Well, like-
establish a line of communication and
Mhm.
figure it out.
And they're menacing, like in a way that they just want what they want. Their objective is clear.
Yeah, they're very they like that's the thing from the very like the movie starts right with like the cows burning and everything, and like that's like effectively the same formula. Like the whole like the very opening of the film is like
Mhm.
it carries throughout, but or at least it also encapsulates the sort of alien human relationship. But the yeah, like that whole phenomenon of like what you were talking about, Matt, where why aren't they people like it's obvious these aliens are just going to keep attacking. Why don't they learn the lesson? Like the fact is that they don't really go through a lot of lengths to trick us from the very beginning. Like the opening like sequence after that like cow burning scene is like the entire Martian fleet like, you know, going to the Earth, and it's like, and then, you know, cue to the general who's like, we need to go to DEFCON 4. It's like, yeah, sure, he is like the kill, blow things up guy, but he's also the, if it looks like invading aliens and it sounds like invading aliens, it's probably invading aliens. Let's operate on that assumption. So it's like, yeah, they're not like, you know, the Martians don't do a whole heck of a lot to like. So the point I'm making is that like they don't waste a lot of effort and like time and energy on things. They for the most part. You know, the Lisa Marie bit, like that's maybe like, oh, okay, they seem to, you know, why do they create this whole like assassination chick when they could have just blown up the building or whatever? But anyway, so yeah, that's an admirable.
No, but like I think like these are not Star Trek Next Generation aliens where like you're gonna have a peaceful kind of talk or like have a battle, but then like, you know, kind of resolve it at the end. No, these are, you know, badass kick punching aliens. They do hurt boxing with Byron, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they accept
they're ready to fight. Yeah.
Until, you know, the one like basically loses, and they'll gang him. But
yeah. But so he got one. It's
he probably got more
human.
than one, but
yeah. But then they swarmed him, so there it was. I don't know if I relate to any of these characters either directly. I think I'm trying to imagine who I would be, and I would think maybe Pierce Brosnan's character, just in terms of trying to justify everything.
Yep.
Whether or not I would believe it is to be seen. But just, yeah, I resonate with that idea of, no, like, guys, by definition, civilized is not barbaric. Ergo, they're friendly. Like, that's the logic I would be trying to talk myself into. Granted, I think he actually believes it, and that's the hilarity of it all.
Oh, he does,
yeah. So, what is it about alien movies that we think resonates with people? Because there are so many, and not even just movies, but stories, TV shows, just the whole concept of alien meets human, specifically aliens coming to Earth as opposed to like leaving Earth and finding them. What do we think is engaging about that concept overall? Because it has so many different ways that it can be explored, and that has been explored. And this, I think, is just the most cut and dry way in some ways. Just like they came to take over our planet. They tried to kill everybody. We won because of Rosemary, the musical.
Don't run. We are your friends. Don't run.
So yeah,
why are you running? Anyway,
what do you think is engaging about the concept of alien invasions and or aliens visiting us? And to follow that up, is there another alien movie that you find particularly engaging?
Yeah. So I think for many of the same reasons that horror movies work for humans and why they're cathartic for our brains, this whole idea that we grapple with of whether we are alone in the universe, safe in the universe, but we can't confront it because there is no real way for most people to confront it. You know, like horror movies are good for us because most of us, knock on wood, will never deal with something that traumatic. However, the world is traumatic. Like we have things that bombard us. And so it gives us this release, right? So for these things, I think it's this thing that our mind grapples with, and we have no real way to work that out. So this narrative of whether it's invasion, coming in peace, whatever, helps us to make that tangible. And I think, if I can remember the name of it, one of my favorite ones that deals with this is Arrival with Amy Adams.
That was going to be my answer.
That was
So
Was
good.
it really? Yeah, I think it's one of the most touching ones. Also, District 9. I love District 9. That movie was one of the only alien movies to really just make me bawl crying. Like, just,
oh my God, the last shot.
well, and one of the first scenes of how they deal with them in general, like, I was just, oh, it's like heart rate. I cannot watch it. I've only seen it twice because I can't watch it again. It's like Bambi. Like, I just can't. I'm like, oh, like, it's just hard. So those are two that I think are just like very really get into your heart and not just your mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think Arrival is a brilliant movie. That was my personal choice for Best Picture that year at the Oscars. I knew it wasn't going to win, but if I got to vote, it would have gotten my vote. I just think, like, structurally, it's so smart and just such a good concept to see how different people, different countries would address the same problem, literally, since they go to so many different places on Earth. And it's like, how is this government specifically going to create communication and contact? And it's just fascinating in terms of linguistics, which I guess not the point of the movie, but also kind of the point of the movie. Mm-hmm. And communication. I think so much about the intrigue with aliens has to do with communication and the idea of being able to reach out and make some kind of connection with something that's outside of our understanding right away. And like, the really beautiful thing about Arrival is just the humanity that comes out of interacting with the aliens. Like the fact that she's able to bridge the political gap by whispering to, is he from China? The Chinese military man, like his wife's last words. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. And I think, I can't remember where I read it. I think they don't actively tell you what she whispers to him, but it's something like, in war, there are no winners, only widows. Like, so beautiful. So good. So yeah, Arrival. That's my answer too. Lisa, what do you think? Why do we like aliens? And what's your favorite alien movie?
I mean, yeah, like everything that Jeanette said about, exploring these things in a safe way and, dealing with catharsis. But I also think that, like, just narratively, it is such a journey. It's like the epicness of like man versus something else. And I think, with these movies that have big ensembles dealing with aliens, it's like so many people dealing with this alien like being or alien like beings. And so that's why I gravitate to them a lot of the time. And specifically with Arrival, which was also my answer, it's just so it's juicy. The content is juicy because it's not another human that that the hero is trying to, either befriend, understand, terminate, like any of that. So yeah, I think it's just it's like one of the most epic types of journeys narratively. So because you all said Arrival already, though, I will say that
you're gonna say Signs. No,
I
know you hated that.
Following me on Instagram, they'll know my review on
Signs. Do you not like Signs?
She didn't like Signs.
Uh-oh.
We'll okay, that for M. Night Shyamalan month.
Yeah. No, it's because I didn't watch it as a child. I watched it now, like literally a few days ago, and it just did not hold up for me.
I wasn't a child when I saw it.
Yeah. Anyway, if you want to know my feelings about Signs, follow me on Instagram. But I would say, like, this is gonna be outrageous. But I really like the like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, like back in the 50s, like that eeriness that some being can literally just snatch somebody that you love and like be them, and you have no idea. Like that is terrifying. And that's the reason why I like love horror movies, because it's again the catharsis that you can experience in a safe way. And I also like strangely like Avatar, but for a different reason. Why I like alien movies and horror movies. Avatar explores, dealing with different civilizations and how disrespectful humans can be to each other when it comes to colonization and genocide. Which again is like also like another reason why alien movies are so cool. We can explore that in a different way than, maybe not getting the full mark on, indigenous relations or colonization and white supremacy, right? There is a different type of way that we can explore that through different lenses. So yeah. But yeah, I think if it's not Arrival, Invasions of the Body Snatchers. Good alien
Good
movie.
answers. And it like just hearing you say that, it's interesting to think about Avatar, because I'm just
As
realizing
an
now,
alien movie,
like,
yeah.
because technically, yeah, it's an alien invasion movie, but we're just from the perspective of humans are the ones invading.
Yeah.
And it's basically just like Mars Attacks. Well, not just like Mars Attacks, but in some ways it's got like Mars Attacks on the opposite end, because they're like trying to take over the planet for themselves.
We
Which, according to
established the
Wikipedia,
line of communication.
oh, and they did. And they had
Important
avatars.
differences.
Yeah.
They had avatars. Yeah.
They had avatars. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Lisa Marie, but no.
Vince just said Contact with Jodie Foster. I haven't seen that in a while.
I've never seen that.
That's
That actually, I was gonna bring up Contact. So
bring up Contact.
thanks,
Talk about
Vincent.
Contact, Alex.
No, so like I was just gonna say, like, because I haven't seen Arrival, but I always associated like the little that I've seen, like even the cover of it reminds me of Contact, and I just assumed there was some like similarity, because again, even just hearing what you guys are discussing now, like the premise of Contact is that humanity is contacted by some extraterrestrial message, and Jodie Foster is one of the characters amongst many who are trying to decipher and construct this device or whatever to communicate with the aliens. Anyway, yeah, so I feel like Contact is like old school Arrival, maybe, but I have to watch Arrival to confirm that.
Contact is so long. We need to watch Contact, everyone.
We should do an alien movie marathon.
Yes.
Alien movies.
There's a lot.
Oh, I know.
There's a lot.
Oh, I know.
But,
we would pick the good ones, like Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah. Stitch was an honorable mention for favorite alien, right? Stitch
Great alien.
Oh, such
but
a great alien.
But no, my favorite like alien movie, or the one that like I engage with most, or by virtue of it being like classic and whatnot, for me is Independence Day. Jeff Goldblum, praise. Not one of many, but no, like that one, like it's not some like fantastic film by any means, but it speaks to a point that I think like Lisa, you kind of were maybe getting close to, but it was the whole like bringing humanity together to like to face the external threat, right? Like that's sort of like another fundamental level that I think alien movies kind of play on, like in addition to the ones already mentioned. It's just that like aliens, like all other kinds of disaster movies, but like aliens does represent this sort of like this all-encompassing, like, okay, everybody forget about your differences, it's time to focus on this, whether are they coming in peace, are they hostile, whatever it is, right? So and Independence Day, of course, like Mars Attacks is in some ways, I mean, just by virtue of it being an alien invasion movie, Mars Attacks is a more ridiculous, satirical and funny version of Independence Day. Although there are some great jokes in Independence Day. But
it's another alien movie I haven't seen. Again, why?
Oh man,
you've never seen Independence Day?
No,
it's been a while for me.
I know. See, Alex took almost everything I wanted to say about equating alien movies to disaster movies, insofar as the narrative fascination of people facing external circumstances that they have no control over. So thank you, Alex. I have nothing further to say on that topic. So there it is. Yeah. So what is everyone's opinion on aliens in real life? Do we feel that they're coming? Do we think they exist? I know it has nothing to do with movies,
aliens
but
in real life or real life aliens?
ooh, interesting. So, do we believe in aliens on the stream? Why or why not? I think that's a fascinating topic. Has nothing to do with the movie, but it kind of does at the same time. Yeah.
Yes, and no offense to anyone that doesn't, but it seems completely irrational to not. That would be an extremely American point of view if you did not. We are totally the only ones here.
You're allowed to say that as the only American on the stream, so yes.
I definitely believe that aliens exist, and I believe they are currently here, and the governments are hiding it.
Ooh, I like that.
Like a Men in Black situation. Also, you just said this, and somehow I always, Lisa, I apologize. You're Canadian too. I earlier called Alex and Matt out, and I'm like, oh yeah, duh.
No worries.
I was trying to indicate, and then
I did answer as a Canadian.
Yeah, I know.
You were
I know.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, wait, that was my bad. Sorry. Just
no worries.
Alex, aliens, yay or nay?
Oh, yeah. So similar to Jeanette, I guess, in the sense that the premise that there is like life elsewhere in the entire universe. Yeah, I'm inclined to believe that. I don't obviously. Anyway, I'm scientifically inclined, so until there's evidence for such a thing, I'm not going to say there's definitely life outside of Earth, because we can't definitively know that or prove that without proof. But I'm inclined, I think, from my impression is that it seems likely that there's going to be life elsewhere in the universe, whether there's life in the galaxy, whether there's life in our solar system, out beyond Earth. Those are more dubious. But yeah, certainly, and now the question of whether there's intelligent life, I have no idea. There's all kinds of, I'm a fan of sci-fi, all kinds of theories on I forget the term, but it's effectively one of the more interesting theories that I like is this idea that intelligent life keeps advancing up until a certain point where there's a threshold of take humanity, for example, if we as humans can sort of overcome our differences and become a truly global, united sort of species, and then muster all our resources to expand into our solar system and galaxy, that's one path. And then the other path is we just kill ourselves. We have the technology, nuclear weapons, all that stuff to just destroy ourselves completely and utterly. And there's there's one of the theories, more so in the sci-fi realm, but I think people who are seriously investigating life in outside of Earth is that intelligent life. It's possible that intelligent life, if it does exist on other planets and other areas of space, faces the very real risk / likely risk of just annihilating itself, very much like humanity seems likely to be able to easily do. So it's not clear that if there is intelligent life out there, that it survives past that threshold to the point where it's traveling within its galaxy, let alone intergalactically to other galaxies and whatnot. But yeah, my thoughts.
Good thoughts. I mean, I'm inclined to I would put money on there being microorganisms on Mars in the ice. Personally, I'm still waiting for that announcement because I think it's coming. Yeah. But
I don't think you have put money on that. But yeah, I agree that you probably would.
No, I have though. But
no, it doesn't ring a bell. But
it does though. It does.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I didn't specify microorganisms. Maybe
I don't think you did. Yeah.
No, I think I just said
alien life.
I just said alien life would be announced. I said alien life. I didn't say it would be intelligent. I said alien life would be announced.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. No. Read the fine print the next time you accept a handshake.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of fine print after the handshake. I remember that.
I know. Yeah. I'm aware. So, but I feel like microorganisms, 100% intelligent life, within this galaxy, like Alex said, who knows, within the multitudes of how much space there is in space. Look, absolutely. personally don't want them showing up while I'm around, but do you, Lisa?
Yes, I want to be abducted. I want to be abducted.
What about
Imagine it happens right now.
I know, and like a light beam just comes down. No, I want to meet an alien so bad, guys. Oh,
But you haven't met all the humans yet.
do I want to meet all the
We've
humans?
met enough of them. All of us have
Yeah.
met enough of the humans.
No,
Lisa already thinks they're living amongst us. So,
So maybe you already have, Lisa.
maybe.
True.
I want to know for a fact that they were an alien.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think yeah, they're cool. The aliens in my mind that, you know, I'm thinking that exist and have flying saucers, I think they're cool aliens. So, yeah.
You could be the ambassador. I would trust you to be the ambassador, Lisa.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
I don't think you would want that, but
That general, that general
I don't want to be that general. That's for
stays
sure.
in place, and good things will happen.
Or no, actually, you know who I want to be I want Amanda Gorman to be the ambassador when the aliens show up.
So she could just speak poetry?
Yes.
And
Exactly.
confuse them.
No, she would get to the heart, to their alien hearts.
No, I think controversial.
Yeah.
Put Kanye as the ambassador so that they shoot him and then we know what's. That's what I
Oh,
think.
Jeanette.
oh my.
What are you experiencing right now?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't
How
want
do you feel about
Kanye to
that?
be the
You don't-
face of anything
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, no.
Are you saying that
Yeah.
Kanye is like the canary and or the scapegoat for Earth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Kanye's the dove. We release Kanye. we release Kanye in celebration of the aliens coming in peace. We release Kanye. He does his
That is the
performance.
most obnoxious dove I've ever seen in my life.
Goes on a rant, inciting the
my
aliens
gosh.
to.
Want, like Amanda Gorman to be like, you know, pulverized for
Yeah, that's
saying
true.
such beautiful poetry.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
Oh my God.
like-
Imagine how awkward it would be if the aliens show up and then they are civilized, but they're racist. And you're like, how do we deal with these racist aliens now?
Wait,
Ugh.
wasn't that?
Well, just-
I feel
yeah.
like that was a plot of something.
Was
Isn't
it?
that like all of Star Trek? Like
All of
aliens are like some species are just racist against other species.
Oh,
and
I'm sure.
Yeah.
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 that's the whole
Yeah,
concept.
it's definitely a repeated dynamic on that show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So Jeanette, you want to meet the aliens too?
Oh yeah, for sure. I want aliens to arrive on Earth in my lifetime. I don't know if I want to meet them. I guess I'm having similar feelings about a canary in the coal mine here. I'm like, yeah, maybe I want to observe first, but yes, I would love for that to happen in my lifetime.
Interesting. Fascinating.
I
Yeah,
get
I'd be too scared.
I will let you all know how it goes.
Please do. Please do. So, I mean, maybe this kind of bleeds into the last question I asked, but is there a specific movie or novel or some kind of work of fiction that you feel is the most accurate depiction of what an alien visitation would be like, whether it's how the aliens are reaching out and or how the Earth reacts? Like, is it Mars Attacks, or do you think it's more Contact / Arrival or something else entirely?
I
Oh my
read a
gosh.
book
Mhm.
called Project Hail Mary a few months ago that was written by the same author that wrote The Martian. And the whole concept of the book is this astronaut who goes into a different part of the galaxy and comes in contact with an alien. And they find somehow to be like in the same space together and to communicate. And I've never seen or read a story like that where like humans meet aliens like literally in space in a spaceship. Maybe I have, I don't know. But the way that the writer wrote it, it just seemed like that could be a very plausible way of coming into contact with another being out there. And the type of alien that was depicted in the book, it's like not like these Martians, not like the gray aliens we all know from conspiracy theories, it's like a very different type of creature that's more resembling of like an animal, but still an intelligent life. So I think like that is the most interesting and the most new idea I've seen and read. So I would put my money that maybe that could be, an actual happening in reality.
Nice.
Highly
Lovely.
recommend that book though.
What was it called again?
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary. If I still read books, I'd add it to the reading list.
They're making a movie. Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling's going to be the lead.
The alien or the human?
The human.
Oh, okay.
The alien is
Andy Serkis is the alien.
CGI.
Oh yeah, it will probably be Andy Serkis. Jeanette, do you have a pick for what you think is the most realistic in your mind?
Sure. So I don't know that it's like directly the most realistic, but its whole concept of what might be with aliens. So I don't know how many of us have seen Nope yet.
No,
most
yet.
recent
Nope.
Jordan. Okay, well,
No, I read the wiki page because I knew I was too scared to see it. But yeah.
well, gosh, now I don't want to give anything away. Anyway, for anybody watching that's seen it, I will just give a brief thing that won't give too much away. That maybe aliens in general it's not malicious, it's not malicious. They are just genuinely so not of anything that we can comprehend, and are not only not bipedal or look like an animal or whatever, but like maybe they are just so outside of the realm of understanding that we can't understand them, right? Like that we just can't, and all we'll have to do is either defend or push away or whatever the case may be, but that it is something that we cannot comprehend, no matter how hard, even when we think we've comprehended it. So yeah.
Now Lisa just wrote that she turned off her volume. So on the count of three, I think Alex, you and I should both react very over the top. So she thinks that there's something very spoilery. Okay, so here we go. So ready? And now we go 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you guys now.
Damn it, it would have been so funny.
I'm not that gullible.
At what point did you turn the sound back on?
Just when you were like, oh, she's not listening. So
would have been so good. It would have been so good. Well, Alex, it was a stand-up performance on your end.
There you
go. Yeah. All right, my pick for, I don't know if this is how it would go. This is how I would like to imagine it would go, would be original Day the Earth Stood Still, not Keanu, but the Robert Weiss movie from the 60s. And because it's just so simple and so elegant. And the aliens are in that movie are essentially monitoring Earth, and they feel that humans have hit a point where they can know about the existence of the other alien creatures and like join the Galactic Federation. I don't think that's what they call it because it's not that type of sci-fi, but they can like join with everyone else. But then the humans prove right away that they're still very selfish and they're not worthy of the insight. And so the aliens pretty well shift their focus to, okay, well, we have to destroy you then, because the level of advancement that you're moving towards, it makes you dangerous. And like part of what we're doing is making sure that the galaxy doesn't destroy itself. So the movie is about a family essentially having to prove that humans have some good in them before the aliens destroy everything. So I feel like just the overall concept of that is a sort of optimistic one that I'd like to believe in. Like, I do think aliens, if they are an intelligent species that aren't microorganisms in the ice on Mars, if they are at a level of intellect that we're able to comprehend, that we could communicate with, I'd like to think that they're peaceful and just watching and waiting till we're ready for them. You know, like you don't tell the truth about Santa Claus till you're ready. So there it is. Alex, do you have a specific choice for what you feel is the most realistic, or what you would like to believe an alien encounter would be like as depicted in movie, books, or TV?
Yeah. I mean, basically for like most realistic, my mind jumps to an analogies of like human history where like effectively like when like colonizers went to new lands and brought like diseases and stuff with them. So it wasn't necessarily their objective to like ravage the population via disease, but it happened anyway by nature of the fact that they were coming from a totally a different like area. So realistically, I think like any contact with an alien species like would have like those kinds of potential consequences. So like it now on the other hand, what I would like things to happen if there's intelligent life and whatnot, like I think Star Trek, which is kind of very similar to what you were describing, Matt. But like, yeah, Star Trek: The Next Generation. I'm not like a lore expert on the First Contact, but like there is lore for like there's a bit of a history when like the Vulcans and contact the humans, and the premise I believe is similar, where like the Vulcans observe and wait until humanity's achieved a certain level of technology and also a certain level. I believe they wait until humanity also like is united globally, kind of what I was talking about before they contact them. So that's obvious. Like I would love that because obviously that means that we've got our shit together just between ourselves. We're not like killing ourselves anymore. And then being contacted by a peaceful, advanced intelligence that's willing to share knowledge and whatnot. Like that sounds awesome. Now, and then the final note I'd say is that like I also think, and like imagining what realistically would happen with another intelligent species, I think to an extent we can extrapolate like from our own behavior, which is to say, if we just kind of think about what humanity is likely to do. So like imagine that we have the technology, we develop the technology to like visit other solar systems and or other galaxies. Like realistically, what and just logistically, what would that look like? Like if we're going into a totally mysterious place to us or mysterious planet, it's like, are we going to go down with like guns? Are we going to go down with like all kinds of contingencies? Probably. And if we don't, like, are we likely to suffer consequences for not having contingencies? Probably. And if we encounter another intelligent species that we don't actually have an initial ability to communicate with, like how long until we can communicate with them? Like think about contacting like uncontacted tribes of humans, right? Like on Earth, and how there are some uncontacted tribes or virtually uncontacted tribes that their default is to be hostile to other humans. It's like there are all kinds of things could happen. I don't necessarily think that pleasantness and peacefulness is more likely than the alternative, but I'd like it to be.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah. No, the first thing that you said, the idea about like unintentional but inevitable contamination, I'd say, from alien to Earth. I think the movie is called Life. I think there's a movie that's about exactly that. I think it's Life. Yeah. And that's kind of the thing that low-key terrifies me the most about alien contact. Yeah, like we're just not ready for what that biology is, and they're not ready for us. In fact, I think that's how War of the Worlds ends. I think War of the Worlds, we take them down with like the cold or the flu.
We expose them to the air, I believe.
Yeah.
We expose them to our oxygen, right?
Something like that. That's all it takes. Fascinating. Well, time for the game. Woo!
Happy fun time.
Happy fun times. Yeah. So I think what we learned is humans are terrible and aliens will bring out the worst in all of us.
Sure.
Yes.
No.
I think that humans are nasty creatures and that many people will want to do many different things to the aliens, and I won't elaborate.
That's true.
Do the aliens have two sexes like we do?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. There's the elaboration.
There it is. Done.
This is very important to me.
That was hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for today, as I mentioned prior before going live, you do require for this game, or it's going to make the game much easier if you do have something physical to write with and write on, or dare I say draw with and draw on, because we're playing Pictionary.
Oh
Woo!
no. Okay.
Yes. So very similar to how we were doing charades. Two of you will close your eyes. I will put something on the screen, and then the person will have to draw it. These are all aliens. You are going to be drawing famous alien characters.
Okay.
So for the most part, they're all
Oh, okay.
characters and not species.
Okay. Usually Pictionary, they're guessing the whole time that you're drawing.
Oh, no,
We
you
usually
just draw
can't do
it.
that.
Just
So
draw
we're
it.
just gonna show a
finished
finished
drawing.
picture. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to give you
Wait,
like
and we can't adjust it.
no,
Oh, that's
And
nice.
no numbers and no letters.
no numbers and no letters.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you want to adjust it, okay. Well, let me.
But
make
hold
up
on.
rules right now.
Numbers and letters. Now, this probably doesn't apply. But if the character has like an iconic uniform or something that has a number or letter on it, we could use the number or letter on that.
Yeah, like if
uniform.
it's part of the drawing, I'd say that
yeah,
it's
we just
fair
can't
game.
like title it or
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just, yeah.
Like if there's an S on someone's chest, you can draw
Yeah.
the S because it's
Yeah.
technically not an S. It's a symbol that means peace or something. Crap like
okay.
that.
Kal-El
The
or
quote.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Although I don't think I actually put him on for that exact reason. But if there's anyone else like that, then yeah. So I'll give you. How long do you think I should give everyone to draw? Like
A minute.
a minute?
A minute.
Okay.
Give us
That
a
was
minute
what I
last
was
time,
thinking.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do a minute and then. No, I don't want to overcomplicate it. Yeah, a minute and you can't add anything. Here we go.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, question.
I was gonna
yes.
say, like, why not have the game be everybody gets? Oh, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I guess.
Oh wait, I need my whiteboard so I can write
Alright.
down the scores. Where'd it go? Here it is. Ah, just a second, please hold.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh, can I ask one more thing about Mars Attacks before we go on?
Absolutely.
Did anybody else think that this was the least Danny Elfman-esque Danny Elfman score
I didn't
they'd
realize
ever
it was
heard?
Danny Elfman, so
Me neither.
absolutely.
Is he a composer?
Yeah.
I'm just not good with names.
Yeah, he's
and
the
knowing
guy who
things.
composed.
I thought you were
like,
joking for a
Beetlejuice.
second.
No,
but
no,
you're
I
very
know.
much
That's why I
not.
continued.
Wait, what?
I continued.
He's pretty much done every
Yeah.
Burton film, like.
Yeah,
ever.
no, and yeah, I'm not a yeah.
That's why I checked. I was like, oh, maybe he didn't do this one. And I looked it up. I was like, oh, it sure as heck is him, but it very much does not sound Elfman-y.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize it was Elfman either.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also now thinking back, I can kind of hear it,
Mm.
I guess. But I also feel like kind of like Tim Burton, Elfman has a style that in some ways I feel is very set in stone. But then when you actually sit down and watch and or listen, like there's a distinction that's very tailored to the project instead of trying to tailor the project to like what they're used to doing. Yeah.
Yep.
Because they are both fantastic artists. There it is.
Yes.
All right, Jeanette, you get to draw first. So Lisa and Alex, please close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Jeanette, this is your alien.
Okay.
There we go. And everyone, you may now look. And Jeanette, you may start to draw. And while Jeanette's drawing, we can just entertain ourselves.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Alex, what's the first question you would ask an alien race when they came to Earth at their press junket?
I don't know. Like, do you come in peace?
Okay,
Something,
not original. Lisa,
Yeah.
how about you?
What's your favorite flavor?
Ooh.
What if they say human?
If they say human, like, okay,
Then we know where we stand with them.
yeah, now we know where you stand. But like, if they're like, oh, I like cheese, or like I'm really fond of like citrus, then we can
Give them oranges.
be nice hosts.
That's true. I heard something that Coke actually had a flavor earlier this year that was inspired by the taste of space because NASA told everyone what space tastes like based on the chemical makeup or something, and it tastes like raspberries.
No way.
And it
I
was
don't
one of the
believe it.
best soft drinks I've had in my life. And it was limited edition, and it's gone now.
Okay,
Time
hold
is
on.
up.
All right.
Now, please show us your drawing in 3, 2, 1. Same rules as before. Everyone, please write down
Mark.
Please
No.
write down who you think it is. Please write down who you think it is. And then, Jeanette, you will get a point for everyone who guesses correctly. Let's see.
I don't care.
She goes, I don't care.
Alex, who's your answer? Correct.
I forgot what kind of ears he has, if he has ears at all. I don't know.
That
Yeah,
was
I don't know that
I
I
was
could
like,
draw.
When I drew the ears, I went, well, that's Shrek.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
the dead cat really gave it away. Like,
Yeah,
that was
well,
brilliant.
Oh man.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well done, well done. Lisa, what were you about to say about raspberry Coke?
Okay, hold on. Was it like blue raspberry or raspberry?
No,
raspberry?
it was like red. It was real raspberry.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like that.
It was kind of like a raspberry vanilla blend, if I recall. It was amazing. And
I'm
it's gone
excited for
now.
raspberry Coke. Vanilla.
Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah. Okay, Lisa, it's your turn to draw an alien. Jeanette and Alex, please close your eyes.
Okay.
Here's your alien.
Oh, great!
All right.
Oh,
Other friends you may look. Lisa, your time starts now. There we are. What's another fun alien question I can ask while Lisa draws?
So bad. I'm so
Like what kind of spaceship do you think is the most likely to be the one that they show up in? Like, are we fans of the saucer design? Do we think it would look more like an airplane?
Well, they're traveling through space, so aerodynamics isn't really a thing. So it shouldn't look like an airplane.
You're right.
It
Yeah.
could be a big cube for all we know.
The Borg. Yeah.
The what? What's the Borg?
Yeah.
The Borg from Star Trek.
Borg.
They're
Oh, again, I haven't seen Star Trek.
yeah.
Not,
what were
yeah,
we
not, not like a Swedish chef Borg, but
the Borg Queen from whatever movie
Oh.
that is. She's
was-
my honorable mention for favorite alien.
she was one of the first people that kind of clued me into the fact that I was potentially not straight. So
Yeah.
the Borg Queen.
The
was
reverse for me.
And that's time.
No.
Maybe I'll add the Borg Queen to this list now.
Okay, I'm not happy with my drawing, but I feel like you'll
Here, let's see the drawing. Go.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Oh my gosh, Lisa, you had colors? That's amazing.
Yeah, that's the benefit of using your iPhone.
Oh, love it. All right, let's see the answers in 3, 2, 1.
Yay!
Oh,
This game was gonna
Hold
be
on,
hard.
wait. I thought you were good for a second. I was like, no, give me more time. Because I thought you were going to be real stodgy about it because that's not his alien name.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, you're
You're right. That is something I would normally do. No, but the name he identifies with is Stitch, and
Yes.
the name we all know him and love him as is Stitch, and
Yeah.
he likes Fluffy. Yes. Alex, it's your turn. Other friends, please close your eyes. Okay, this is your alien.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar? Okay, here we
Yes.
go. And everyone may look, and we start the timer now. All right, Alex is doing. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, Kristen's here. The Borg, Matt. She's played by who's
Kristen?
Alice? Who's
Hold on.
Alice? Isn't she?
Huh.
You guys were talking about the Borg Queen, and who is this? Where is this from?
It's a start
From one of
first
the 90s.
contact.
Yeah. From one of the
Oh.
90s Star Trek movies. Well, one or two of them. One of them, right?
I don't know if
Yeah.
I've seen that one. Vince, have you shown me that one? Let me know. Because
That was I only saw the 90s one. Obviously, I only saw the 90s. No, that's a lie. I saw the newer ones in theaters, but I went to go see the 90s ones in theaters. That one was like, I haven't watched it in a long time, but
because
I'm looking her up now to see what else she's done.
if they're queer baiting the audiences with the Borg Queen, I need to be in the know of this.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, she's kind of spooky, but
My picture's not
I
going to
don't
get
know.
any better than this.
That's time. Whoa.
because it's not going to get any better.
Okay, Alex, show us. 3, 2, 1.
What?
Oh, is he flipping
That
us
looks-
off?
Oh, I
He flipped me off.
So many things look phallic in this.
Yeah.
Okay, put it away.
Okay.
Put it
Okay.
away. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Answers.
Yeah.
Yes, E.T.
Yay. We're all wonderful artists.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. I thought this game would be hard. It's proving to be far too easy, but we're learning so much about Borg Queens and everything. Okay. Jeanette, it's back to you.
Yay.
Other friends down there, please close your eyes. Here we go. You're alien.
Okay.
All right, and we may now look. There we are. So, yeah, the Borg Queen. So, some insight here from Kristen. She was in Sleepwalkers, Silent Hill, Ghost
Silent Hill,
Story,
that's
and
where I
Sorcerer's
recognize
Apprentice.
her from.
Kristen, who was she in Sorcerer's Apprentice? Was she Morgan Le Fay or whatever that girl's name was? The
Morgana.
witch? Morgana? She's a horror treasure. The horror movies still scare me, so I can't watch them very often. But when I do, I slowly forget
Yeah.
about them because they scare me too much. So there it is.
Oh.
Is it First
Yeah.
Contact? Is that the movie that the Borg are in?
Yeah, well, according to
Yeah.
Vince, yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, sorry. I
Confirmed. Yes, Morgana. There we
I
are.
was thinking, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Sorcerer's Apprentice. And maybe it helps that it was
That's the one with John C. Riley?
John C.
No,
Riley is a
John C.
treasure.
Riley.
Yeah, there's
What?
a movie called Sorcerer's Apprentice that John C.
Is
Riley.
Oh, really? No, I'm
Yes,
thinking of
he
the
is.
one with Nick Cage.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's time. That's time.
Okay.
Let's see your alien. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Oh, okay, okay. I was giving me Edward Scissorhand vibes for a moment.
He's got 10 hands.
Wait, Kristen, is this about me liking Sorcerer's Apprentice? It seems like a movie you would like. No?
That's
Okay.
the answer to my picture.
Oh, maybe. That's probably what it is. Okay, let's see the answers in 3, 2, 1. It's Spock.
Oh, wait, so he's a Vulcan. Well, he's a Vulcan human hybrid, but
You have to name the alien.
You have to name the alien.
well,
Character.
yeah, Vulcans are the aliens.
But I did specifically say that these are characters, not species.
Yeah, you did say that. I
I
would
did.
have, if I remembered that, I would have put Spock, but
Okay.
I didn't.
And normally I would give you the point, but I don't want
Everybody's tied.
I don't
yeah.
want to maintain a 3-way tie. So now you're in last place. So
Excellent.
Oh, Kristen has corrected me. The vampire's assistant was the John C. Riley.
Oh, okay.
design. Yes.
good. Oh, good. You love fantastic.
And
Fantastic.
Sorcerer's Apprentice is Mickey Mouse is the only known actor in that movie. What are
Oh
you
no,
talking
there's a
about?
live action remake
I know, I didn't know
with Nick
that.
Cage. It's terrible, but so good. Actually, I don't even want to say it's terrible. It's just a really fun movie. So there it is. Okay, next, Lisa, it's your turn. Other friends, close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. Here we are.
Oh, okay.
Everyone may now look. We set
Okay.
the timer. There we
All right,
are.
characters, not species.
Characters, not species. Oh
Yeah.
wait. Okay, well, not for this one. One of them
Oh
is in
my
fact
god!
a- one of them is in fact a species. Actually, no, I'm gonna
Son of a bitch.
no, I'm gonna change. Stop swearing on my show.
Well, stop getting me angry.
Wow.
Get me angry.
Okay, now for one of them, I'm gonna change it so it is a character.
Nice.
Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
So another in relation to the xenomorph alien that I love is the actual Prometheus in Prometheus, the like super like milky
The
white
giant
guy.
dude? Yeah.
Oh, he's so cool looking.
Oh yeah.
That's like one of my favorite character designs in any movie. I think he's so cool.
Yeah. Did you see the sequel to Prometheus?
Oh yeah, anything alien, anything of that universe, I'm in. And then that makes me think of Prometheus and Bob. I don't know if y'all watched Snick growing up, and
Oh,
they
time.
had a weird claymation show.
No.
What did it do with about aliens?
Lisa, show us your drawing. 3, 2, 1.
So scary.
Oh, okay. I think I got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. And answers, please, in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
It is Groot.
Okay,
I almost
good.
said the Wicker Man. I was like,
No,
Yeah, at first I was like straw. I was like, oh,
I know.
okay.
That was rough. That was rough.
Lisa, you're in first place now. Yes. Okay. Alex, it's your turn. Others, close your eyes, please.
Oh, cool.
Okay. We may now look. Alex, please start drawing.
Okay.
Starting the timer. All right. I can't carry on the conversation from before because I was adjusting one of the answers to follow my own rules. So back to aliens. I don't
yeah.
know.
Did you watch what was Kablam? Kablam was on Snick, and they had a little claymation short called Prometheus and Bob, and it was a caveman and an alien, and the alien would like try to get the caveman to to do things, and in turn, in his idiocy, he would discover the wheel or discover fire.
That's so much fun.
Or whatever, and it's very, very cute. You can look them up. It's they have them online now. But Kablam was like a bunch of little shorts. Some were claymation, some were like paper stop motion.
Reminds
It
me
was
of.
very-
Does anyone remember the Great Gazoo from the Flintstones?
Oh,
That's who that
yes.
one was. Yes.
Yeah.
Loved him. So funny.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And Alan
My-
Cumming in the live when when they brought the Great Gazoo into the live action movie, the sequel, that
Yeah.
was so niche and made me so happy as a kid. All right, there we go. Alex, please show your drawing in 3, 2, 1.
And this is not a character, by the way.
What?
This is a
Yes.
species.
Yep.
No, it's
What?
like it's a character.
No, it's a species.
It doesn't
It's a
have a
species.
name.
That's the species is named. It does. The character doesn't have a name.
The first one doesn't
Yeah.
have a name, so I was
Yeah,
going
none
for
of
the
them have
first
a
one.
name.
Okay, no, I guess you're right. I kind of broke my own rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh no.
Predator.
Oh no.
You were so close, Lisa. It's the
Kind of, but not
xenomorph.
really.
He goes, you were so close. They're totally different
Yeah, they're the
franchises.
opposite.
Oh no, but they were in a movie together. Alien
Lots
versus
of
Predator.
movies. Lots of movies together.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So by proxy, Jason and Freddy are the same person?
In my mind, yeah.
Oh wait,
Oh,
hold on.
goodness.
Yeah. I deleted the picture, but I can recreate it in an instant.
No, it's okay. It looked like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, so I was confused.
No, it had a little mouth coming out of the mouth.
It had a
Yeah.
big alien head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Xenomorph.
Yes,
He's
a
intentionally giving
phallic
you
looking
all
alien
of the
head.
potentially phallic aliens to draw.
I guess I am. I didn't even
I mean,
even
he's
plan this,
observed
but
my
that's how it's
talent.
going. It's true. It's true. Who's next? Oh, Jeanette. Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Jeanette.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Close your eyes down there. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Here we go. This is your alien.
Okay.
Okay. We may now look. Brilliant. So, yeah. How many alien movies has everyone seen? Like of the Alien Xenomorph
Franchise?
franchise? Yeah.
Including
only-
Alien versus Predator?
I've
Sure.
only seen one.
Which one's the first one?
Yeah, the Sigourney Weaver first one.
Nice. That's
Okay.
the only one I've
I
seen.
don't know. It wasn't that scary
course
for
they're
me,
Mhm.
and like I'm not the biggest like body horror kind
Right.
of fan. Nah.
I mean, I liked it. I find the debate for that movie fascinating as to whether it's horror or science fiction, because that's just seems to be an
Well,
ongoing.
That's not
thing, yeah.
mutual. They're not mutually exclusive. But
No, but I don't like. I fall
Like
into
science
the
fiction.
category of it not being horror and it's
Yeah.
solely science fiction. But although I can see why people would say that it's both.
what's body
Yeah.
horror?
Like when the aliens coming out of her like
Oh, okay, like kind of okay.
Well, yeah, kind
Gore,
of just.
like
Oh, I forgot
body
to set the
gore.
timer. Let's say if you have 20 seconds left. Yeah, I'd say kind of like
I'm ready anyway.
movies, or yeah. There we go. Let's see. 3, 2, 1.
huh?
Wait a minute. Let me look at that. Okay, stars.
Oh, I get it now.
Oh, I
Write it
get
down.
it too now.
Write it now.
Okay.
Write down
I
your
don't
answers.
know.
As Alex said before, this is as good as it's gonna get. I was like, I don't know. I think I was like
I
so
don't know
confident, and then
Answers, please. In 3, 2,
Wait.
1. Okay.
Oops.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Jumanji monkey.
That's what he looks like.
You're not.
of
Wait,
all
show
the
it
things
again.
you could have said, Harry from Harry and the Hendersons, Bigfoot in general.
I was thinking Bigfoot in general. Yeah, Jumanji monkey.
I know he's
Assuming it
not.
was-
He's a literal kid. That's
Oh my
gosh.
god.
by the game, but
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
Alex, we were looking for Chewbacca.
Yeah, Chewie is what his name as well.
That's
so
his
give me the
name.
point.
give it to Alex.
Yes, I gave you the point.
Chewie.
Okay, I was like, no, that's his name.
Han calls him Chewie. He's Chewie.
Okay. All right. Lisa, it's your turn.
Okay.
Close your eyes, everyone. Thank you.
Oh, I don't know who this is. I
You
can look
don't?
it up.
Look it
No.
up. Look it up. Yeah.
Okay.
It surprises me. I feel like maybe it might be familiar when you look it up.
Oh my god, I do.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on. Oh my god, totally do. That's
Yeah, she-
hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can look.
It-
Okay.
It's an alien. It's an alien.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yes.
an alien.
All right. Timer starts now. There we go.
No.
So yeah.
I'm hoping you don't pull a sneaky guts and like list an human looking alien, like an alien that it basically
Like
is
Luke
a human.
Skywalker.
yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you're right. I never even think of that. Yeah.
But that's you shouldn't think of that. That's just a
Superman.
technicality.
I didn't consider that.
Yes.
I think
Superman's okay. but-
I think I played this game when I did the Alien live stream, like almost 2 years ago now, and I can't remember which aliens I picked, but I made a point of picking aliens that all looked kind of similar. 'Cause I wanted to see, and I gave them less time. So my twisted little game was having very similar looking drawings
Yeah.
from everybody. I didn't do that this time. Yeah. And yet people did very well in that round. I can't even remember who was on the Alien live show. Well, Jeanna Claire was there because she Disney bounded.
No.
Over.
No.
Wait,
Get it.
we're getting reports that the time has not ended. And in
Hands
fact,
up.
it's still
Yes,
going.
chef. Let's see. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay. Oh God.
What the heck and heck? Is that even an alien? Is this
Yes, it's an
technicality thing?
alien.
It is an alien.
Oh!
Show it again.
Is it
Well, write
I'm
it down
trying
and
to-
we'll find out
oh.
if it's.
okay, hold on, let me write this down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to spell the name, but actually maybe it's probably like this. But I have no idea.
I'm
You don't
so
know how to. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah,
Answers,
it's
please.
not a name I
In 3,
rate. I
2, 1. Yes,
Oh,
it's
okay.
Audrey 2. Very
Yay! Oh my god, I'm so happy. I was
I kept wanting to say the QE2, and I'm like, no, that's a boat.
good. And a fallen monarch.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Alex, it's your turn.
Yay!
There we go. Here we go. Eyes closed, please.
Oh, they shouldn't have to guess the name.
Well, you're the one who reminded me of my own rule.
Yeah, and
That's-
this is exactly why your rule stinks. So this is I wouldn't guess that. I would guess the second bit.
Okay, well,
All right.
for this one, they're allowed to guess the species, but
Nice.
even, you know what, even
Wait,
in the
let me figure out
rotation,
Let me figure out how to change color quickly.
Yeah. in the rotation, you weren't even supposed to get this, but it's me being spiteful. So there we go. You may now look, everyone.
Okay.
Timing
Uh,
is starting. Oh,
no,
wait,
no.
have you started to draw yet, Alex?
No, I haven't drawn yet.
I mean, when you
Wait,
start to draw.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Why can't I change? Okay, no, here. Okay, and okay, starting.
Okay, there we go. So, yeah. What were we talking about before this? I can't remember.
What were you
About-
talking
I don't know. Audrey 2, maybe.
I
Oh,
like
yeah.
that musical. It's a good musical.
It's
Oh,
a fantastic
Somebody in the
musical.
chat earlier, where is it? Somebody brought up if anybody had mentioned Rocky Horror Picture
Oh, yeah,
Show.
Tim! Tim asked if anyone had mentioned Rocky. Oh, yeah, no one here
so
has
I
met
thought that was
Tim.
interesting because I did not think of that as an alien movie, and it very much is.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When was the last time you watched it?
Years ago.
Oh,
so
really?
good.
That's an annual mandatory rewatch.
Yeah. My first live show ever on this channel was a Rocky Horror Celebration night.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had two. My guests were 2 people who had done the musical a couple times, and then 2 people that were part of shadow casts. So we kind of got both perspectives about doing the musical as a musical theater performer, then also the shadow cast community. It's so good. There we go. Time's up. Alex, answer please, or your
All
drawing.
right.
Show us the thing.
What the heck? That demon? That looks like
Can I give a hint?
No.
All right. Can I make?
Oh,
Yeah. Can I make?
so wait, you said we can list the species? Or
Yeah,
do we
you
Yeah.
can
have
just
to-
do the species. You
Okay.
can
Can
do
I
the,
list the
species.
character name? Because I know the character name.
if you know the character name, by all means, absolutely.
I mean,
Or-
that's presumptuous considering I don't know which character this is supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just
Okay.
gonna name one.
I only did
and
this
the
based on the species because I don't know the character it's supposed
Yeah.
to be.
Okay, hold on. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Okay.
Alien. I
I'm
trust.
trying to figure out what the red thing is, though.
Oh, I know what the
explain
red thing
if
is.
you've got it. I trust that you got it. I'm
I
not
got
sure about
it.
Lisa, but
I know what the red
Let's see.
thing is. Jeanette,
I'm
I
also
feel
gonna guess that the red thing is not the thing we're guessing. That's
No.
no, you're guessing the blue thing.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, my okay. My phone. Okay. I'm just gonna have to write it like this. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, let's
All
see your
right.
answers. 3, 2, 1.
I'd say
Okay.
Avatar Neytiri.
Oh, I put Navi. Jake
Oh,
Sully.
okay. So I think they both get it.
Lisa,
Yeah, awesome.
you got
Do
the
I get it
name.
'cause I wrote Navi? I wrote
Oh yeah,
Navi.
you get Navi as well. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
Oh, okay, good. I was like,
yeah,
what?
they both get it.
Who Neytiri is Zoe?
Yeah.
Zoe
Zoe-
Saldana,
Yeah, that's her character,
most-
right?
underrated actress in Hollywood. Yes.
I know,
Yeah, I
so
wasn't
good.
even thinking of her. I was thinking of just like the generic like male Navi when I was drawing that. But
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I mean, I know the hair, but like they all the male Navi had long hair.
Yeah, because they all have the braids.
They all
'Cause
have
that's
the
what
braids.
connects
Oh,
to
yeah,
the.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's what connects to the.
Ekron.
I know they're called Ekrons. Yeah, I was gonna say banshees, but I wanted to use the correct Navi term.
And
yeah.
Matt, do you want to tell Jeanette what the orange or red thing was?
Yeah, we just
It's
said
an
it's an
Ekron.
Oh, is that what the flying ones are called?
Yeah, well,
Banshees,
the
Ekrons,
humans call
everything.
them banshees, but their native name is Ekrons. So
Oh, okay. I
even
thought
though
you-
it's a fictional culture, try to respect the original.
I'm
names.
so wildly obsessed, though. I'm like, yeah, no, you got to
Yeah.
call them by their right name.
Yeah, Ekrons. Even though, like, and also for what banshees are in terms of mythological culture, there's no connection aside from maybe they make a shrieking sound, but like, there's no reason
Yeah.
to call those creatures banshees.
Yeah, wailing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if I colonized that planet and I was telling them what to call their indigenous creatures, I wouldn't say banshee. I'd be like dragon thing.
Pterodactyl.
Dragon thing.
Dragon thing?
I'd say
You
dragon
call them
thing.
Dragon thing?
I'd call them dragon. What would everyone else rename that?
Like
animal.
salamanders. I don't know.
Pterodactyl. Pterodactyl
Yeah.
too.
Actually, pterodactyl. I like pterodactyl too. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
I would just
First
call
thing-
them by what they want. To
Yeah.
be.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know how hard to pronounce Ekron is. That's
It's
not very hard to
at all.
pronounce. Yeah.
You've been saying it. In
I
fact,
know.
it's
I'm
almost
saying I
easier
don't
than
know why
banshee.
the people had to give them a different name.
I know,
I'm like,
because that's
presumably
what the
you
humans
came-
do.
Because
Yeah.
of colonization.
Wait, is
Yeah.
it established in Avatar that the Avatar species, the Navi, they speak English?
They
Well,
learned
they
English.
can now.
Oh, they
From
pick it
us,
up.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So it
I
is-
think. Well, I've only seen it once, but I feel like they said something about they picked up English like relatively quickly, impressively
sure.
quickly for how. Yeah, like they're super
Yeah, yeah.
advanced and they learned it faster than we did. I need to
Nice.
rewatch that before the sequel comes out, begrudgingly. All right. Last regular question is for Jeanette. Close your eyes down there, please. Again, it might be too easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. We may all now look. And also, we're all tied right now. So
Oh, really?
Yes.
yes, go math. So I have to figure out how to make this bonus question extra tricky. Well, we'll figure that out later.
We're gonna have to draw it.
No, it's another one where it's like guess the number.
Oh.
Is it a number? Well, I've just given away part of the answer. Oh well, whatever. Neither here nor there. I forgot to set the timer. You get an extra. Well, you get a minute as of now.
I'm almost
Jeanette.
done anyway.
Okay. So, yeah.
What's the next movie we're
We're back in 2 days with Sleepy Hollow.
reviewing?
Nice.
Yes. I'm excited to revisit that one.
Have we figured? Matt, do you know where it's streaming?
I don't. I can find
Okay.
out.
I think it's streaming on Paramount. So
Oh, I actually am.
Oh,
subscribed to
yeah.
Paramount.
Oh,
And on, I think it was on Xfinity, maybe.
I am-
Paramount's the one service I'm not subscribed to.
yeah, I have to rent it. I'll rent it from YouTube. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, check out your local library. But,
My local library is always closed.
Smart.
It's really annoying.
yeah, I've done a couple of library
Okay.
rentals for Matt
Oh.
stuff.
Okay, let's see. In 3, 2, 1, show us your alien.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay. All
Wait a minute.
right.
Wait a minute. Wait. Oh God, I have to think of the name. What's his
Wait.
stupid name? Um,
Why? What
Uh,
are you? Are you trying to throw me?
no, I'm not. This is. I'm assuming this is a character, not a.
Yeah.
And it's not the character.
Character
that,
name.
It's not the good character either. It's the stupid.
And
one.
also, I don't even think we know the name of the species.
Yeah. I see your face, Jeanette.
It's stupid.
Yeah, we do.
Wait, what?
We don't know
What?
the name of that species.
I'll tell you what it is if you want. I'll
What?
give-
Do you know the name of the species, Alex?
actually, that's true. You're right. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I think as a
species-
point, they
I was
never
gonna
told us.
say.
Yeah, no, as a
Sorry,
like
you're
they
right,
made a
you're
point
right.
of not telling us the name.
Although
of the species.
there have multiple. Like, I'm curious if that's true of the expanded universe. But anyway.
Oh well, that's not canon anymore.
Yeah.
I see
well,
the picture again.
What's his name? Oh God, it's like a G
There's-
thing.
Jeanette, can you show the picture again?
Sure.
Oh, that's what it's like. There it is. I got it.
I got it.
Oh, you got
Okay.
it? Okay, let's see our answers in 3, 2, 1.
Grogu.
Grogu. We were looking
It's-
for Grogu.
Yeah, Lisa.
Hence-
Yoda's the good one. Grogu's the silly one.
Yeah. Hence,
come
I
back-
tried to draw a frog, and I tried to put him in his little coat.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like Yoda, and then I saw it was holding this like weird stuffed animal thing. And I was like, Yoda doesn't walk. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Hold on.
That's not Yoda.
Where is this Grogu from?
The Mandalorian.
What?
I haven't
Mandalorian.
seen the Mandalorian.
Baby
Well, that sounds like
Yoda.
a personal problem, Lisa.
Baby Yoda. I would have also
Yeah,
accepted Baby Yoda.
or
yeah,
the
yeah.
child.
Or the child.
The child. Yeah.
Yes. Baby Yoda.
What
Sorry,
about what are the
Lisa.
Imperials called?
I would
Imperials
give you the
call them
point, but
something else.
like I said earlier with Alex, I don't want a 3-way tie. So you're
Yeah.
currently in last place.
Wow.
1 point behind Alex and Jeanette.
The asset.
Although, yeah, okay, you know what? Let's try to shake things up. We'll give Lisa a chance to redeem herself. I need to think of another alien. Just give me a second. Calm yourselves.
Look, I know I need to see the Mandalorian.
But isn't there?
was-
Oh, good.
I like when everyone was watching the Mandalorian, I was like, I'm not going to get Disney Plus just for the Mandalorian. And now that I do have Disney Plus, I still haven't seen the Mandalorian. So yes, it is a me
I mean,
problem.
I don't think you're missing all that much, but I did watch through The Mandalorian myself. But it took a long time for me to get through it.
Oh man, I didn't eat that stuff.
I mean, the first few episodes were good. Like the first, maybe even season was pretty like engaging. But I think because it's what is it, 2 or 3? 2 seasons?
Is it-
Okay.
It's 2.
2,
yeah.
I think. Yeah. So anyway,
I got one. Hold on.
Did you know that a Canadian icon is in the Mandalorian? I think
Oh, yes. What's his
Yeah.
name again?
Paul Sun Yun.
Yes. From
Yeah.
everyone knows him from Kim's Convenience. I know him from a criminally underrated show called Train 48 that I'm convinced I'm the only person who watched it from when I was in high school. It was like a Canadian soap opera about a bunch of people riding the GO train home from work every day. So the show was shot in the morning, edited, and then aired that afternoon. So they were all reading the National Post, which was a sponsor. So they were talking about the daily events and everything, and it was all improvised. Like they had a very loose script, and
I love that.
I think it's all on YouTube.
who's
Everyone
the
hated it.
Mandalorian?
Pardon?
He's
Who
like
is-
a miscellaneous pilot or something.
He's like, yeah, he's like a pilot.
Anyway,
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So, Jeanette and Alex, please close your eyes for Lisa to have her extra alien.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Can I look up?
Yeah. You can.
I know what
look up
they
visual
look like.
reference.
I want. Hold on. I need
But
to-
this,
Wait,
want
can you
the
speed it up
specific
again?
one. Yeah.
Matt, I think anyway.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know.
Right.
Well, I was gonna say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a good time here.
No, you can. I'm open to feedback for the game to make the game better for
Well,
everyone.
I was gonna say that that there is an element of like if you're gonna use a visual reference, it's like there's a bit of a challenge if you're just going off of memory to like try to
Okay,
create
Alex.
an image.
This is not.
I'm not
like-
saying you shouldn't look at any image. I'm just saying
Yeah.
maybe like Matt should like
Can we look
show it
yet?
on his screen or something.
Listen. Yeah, y'all.
Hey, that's okay.
Everyone can look now. It's off the screen.
I'm
Alex, your
unemployed.
your feedback has been noted and will be taken into consideration for the next round.
Guys, it will not be taken into
of-
consideration.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know when you want me to set the timer, Lisa.
Yeah, send it.
Oh, okay. There we go. Done. There we go.
Uh.
It's set. I don't even know if this will help anybody, but we'll see. See,
What?
Well, it might.
one,
It might yeah.
the time. Well, I feel like I think this is a case where maybe you'll both get it, and then we'll still be tied.
Well,
So-
no, but if we both get it, doesn't Lisa jump up to the lead?
I think Lisa ties with you.
But if I thought she was only
Well,
one.
good. Then it makes the bonus question all that more
Because
exciting.
we would get 1
Yeah,
point
that's true.
each, and then she would get 2 points if we both got it right?
Yeah.
So if she's 1 point below us now,
Well,
If she-
for you now, yeah. If you both got 1 point and she got 2, it would bring all of you to 12 points.
oh, you're right. Yeah.
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 But yeah, whatever. Clearly, I need to make the games harder.
No.
I mean,
It's-
this is like you went from like the charades where it's like charade like Santa Claus from the
Santa Claus versus
Martian-
the
Or
Conquers
Home
the
Alone
Martians.
2,
Conquers the
Lost in
Lost
New
in New
York.
York.
Yeah. Like,
That
and
was-
make
that
sure
was
they
iconic.
charade the entire title.
I thought this game would be just as hard as
Dude.
those. Apparently not.
Baby Yoda.
Okay.
Okay.
Lisa, whenever you're ready, you may show us your alien.
Oh God, I don't know the name of that one.
I know the name. I know the name.
I could. Oh,
Don't you dare look it up, Alex.
I'm not
Alex.
going to.
Alex, there's
I
a
thought you were gonna
there's
say
a
I could
level
look
of
it
there's a
up.
level of complication in the game where you can't have the I don't know. I'm trying to quote you and use your words against you. It's not working.
Yeah, this is a species round, right?
No.
No. I can sing the whole song, so don't try to
Yeah,
play
well,
that
that's
part.
your misery, not mine. Frickin'
This is
sing the
making
song. Yeah,
stuff-
sing the song quickly.
No, don't sing the song.
Teletubbies, Teletubbies. And I can't sing it because it has the names in it, so I'm not going to give you the answer. Ha!
Uh-huh. See what you're doing.
All right, I put
You almost
Teletubby,
got
that's-
me.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Answers, please. Yes, we were looking for Tinky Winky.
Parentheses Teletubby, right?
Tinky Winky,
He
dips,
dips sea,
la
la
la.
la.
Although
Oh,
you could have sung it, I wouldn't have known which one
Teletubbies.
Tinky Winky was.
Teletubbies.
would-
Yeah, but you would have a 1 in 4 chance.
Yeah, I would have
Chance.
to. I would have to.
Well-
game theory it up.
It didn't do much of the points. Well, it did. Jeanette, you're now in the lead, and Alex and Lisa are tied for last place or second place. Second place with 11 points. So you may now decide how many points you would like to wager for the
All of
bonus
it.
round. All of it. Okay.
Toto.
All of it,
Oh.
Alex?
That means
Another
all.
opportunity to win by technicality.
Yeah.
No, I'll do all of it this
Oh,
time.
ow. Alex, this is how you've won every other time is by leaving one.
Not
emergency
every
point.
time, I don't think. I don't think it's been exclusive that way.
I think you've won twice though using that.
Oh
strategy.
yeah, twice
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then once without, and that's
Yeah.
the total.
This is for Bitch and Boutique because they were saying how frightening this was.
Yes, it was mostly just the subtle movement as it stares into our souls. Tinky Winky was always the creepiest one out of all of them too.
Sorry.
Actually,
Okay.
no, they're all equally creepy. Okay, so this answer will be a number.
Okay.
How long is a year on Mars in Earth days?
Oh,
Are we closest without going over?
I'm gonna say closest numerically.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
This is hard.
Okay.
This is hard.
It is.
I should know this.
I don't think anyone should know this.
No, in
Yeah,
terms
I
of
know, right?
I should know this
astrology and
approximately. but-
astronomy. I feel like I should know this.
Oh,
For
okay,
a
that's
second,
fair.
for a
That's fair.
second, I thought maybe that our education system was so much worse than yours that like you actually knew these
Yeah.
things just off the top of your head, and I didn't. I was like,
I'm
is our-
sure that this was taught at some point.
oh, okay. I'm
Incidentally,
gonna
maybe. Hold
make
on.
a big old guess
Um,
here.
Okay, I have my answer.
Wait, let me.
Now, originally, the question was going to be how many hours are
in a Martian day.
in a Martian day, but then I discovered that question is more complicated than a single number, and it has to do with like there are two different types of days apparently on Mars, and I didn't care enough to learn why. But there were two different, there were two different answers. They were very close to each other, so I'm guessing it has to do with
Well, even Earth days technically vary. Like that's the whole
What?
reason why we have like leap years and stuff. Like,
Hmm.
but yeah.
Again, I don't care enough to teach myself why. But
Well,
I
and
believe it.
solstices and stuff, right? Like some days
Right.
are.
Yeah.
All right, let's see our answers, please. How many Earth days are in a Mars year? Jeanette, we'll go with you first. 450. Hold on, I'm going to write this down.
Damn. That's good. That's good.
Okay, Lisa. 521.
Oh.
I'm going to have to do math to figure out who is actually the closest. Alex. 420. 420 blaze it.
High five.
Really?
Yeah, for the
Yes,
memes.
really?
For the memes.
Why didn't you say like 69 then?
Because that no. While still being potentially
This
the
is
correct
a
answer.
family show.
Alex already dropped an F-bomb.
I mean,
Yeah.
We can't monetize this.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Lisa won.
Yes.
What is it?
687.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Really
Hey, space is big.
Space is
Mars is
big.
far away.
big.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mars is far away. It's a smaller planet as well. And yeah, their days are roughly like 27 to 29 hours as well. So all those things.
Jeez.
All those things. So yeah, congratulations, Lisa. Yay! All right. Well done, everyone. So any closing thoughts on Mars Attacks, Aliens, or Tim Burton?
Um,
Thank
Lisa.
you. Thank you to Jeanette and Alex for advocating for this spectacular movie. I really appreciate it. And
I'm
thank
glad.
you for having me on this special discussion.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you for
happy.
joining us. Jeanette, closing thoughts?
just that I think that it's a Tim Burton movie that people aren't aware of. And if you love alien movies, spoofs, or Tim Burton or 90s movies, you should watch this.
What's that? Alex?
Yeah, I think this is a movie that, by virtue of its sort of like I mentioned it before, but what I call stylistic, like integrity and achievement, like it's not, you write this movie down on paper, it's not like doesn't sound like a good movie necessarily, and it's got a lot of elements of like a classic like B movie, bad movie, but that's kind of also what it's making fun of. And yeah, it's just the amount of like just the humor, the aesthetics, the design, like all of this stuff really comes together, and the virtue and the point of the movie is not the story or the characters, it's just the situation and the world that it's building, and the ludicrousy. Is that a word? The ludicrousy.
All words are
that
made
the,
up.
See?
that the ludicrousy. It is a word in the sense that you understand what I'm trying to say, but ludicrousness. Yeah.
Ludiocracy, that's the word.
Yeah, that's the one. Ludiocracy.
Yeah.
Thank you. The ludiocracy is the point. So love it as it loves you.
I love it.
Well, yes, I do love it as it loves me. I'll say that. And yeah, I suspect I will watch this again. And I think I'll enjoy it more with every passing viewing. Right now, I like it as much as I can for having seen it twice. It's like it's probably like smoking. I imagine the first few cigarettes are terrible, but you just keep going back. So I'm assuming I didn't get past like the one cigarette I tried in my life because I was like, how do people keep going with this? So that's what Mars Attacks is for me. It's my cigarettes. There we are. Thank you, everyone. Always a pleasure. So yes, we'll do our quick sign off, even though we're going to see, I think, all of you again in like less than 48 hours to talk about Sleepy Hollow. But still, let us know if anything exciting is happening for you in the next 48 hours. Lisa, you first.
Yes, nothing major exciting is happening, but you can follow me on Instagram at Lisa_A_Alves. I'm doing like this October Movie Fest reviews on my Insta stories that I'm saving into my highlights. So you can check those out there. And I'm also producing a show called Our Place. If you're in Toronto, we are opening in November. So come and check it out at Theater Pass Marai. It's a Cahoots and TPM co-pro. You can follow at Cahoots Theater to learn more about that. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Lisa.
Hey, so you can find me on Instagram at TinkerJ787. You can find me on We Like Theme Parks. We will be starting, and I'll mention this again on Thursday, but we'll be starting Villains League very soon, a little bit later than usual. We go starting early November, but we also have an episode dropping on Halloween, so you can check that out. That'll have my trip review in it, and you can find me here this Thursday and next Thursday. And all the Thursdays or whenever we're here on Teacup for One.
Woo! Thank you, Jeanette.
Yeah, I'm Alex Titai. You want to find me, you can do that by tuning in to Teacup for One, and I'll occasionally be there. Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. And if you're watching this in my channel, please do all the things like, subscribe, comment, leave a comment. There's 8 of you watching right now. If all 8 of you leave a comment on this video, it will be the most commented live stream probably that I've ever done on the channel. So just do it. Like, even just leave a little alien emoji for me. Oh, now there's 7 of you watching. I see what my solicitation did. All right. Thank you for watching, everyone. Join us right here, 8 p.m. on Thursday. We are going to be talking about Sleepy Hollow, and we're going to be back the following week to talk about Sweeney Todd to wrap up our Tim Burton movie marathon. Until then, thank you for joining us. My name is Matt, and I have 2 degrees, and this has been the Tea Cup for One. How do I end this?